is too short to box with God. Hold one. Andre. Yes! From out of nowhere. Hold two. Arm bar.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy?
Still got 200 more. This is Robbie Eagles.
This is the loosest in Australian wrestling, Adam Brooks.
Hi, this is Mimic. This is 5 times the world's heavyweight champion, the Scrap Daddy himself, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce.
This is Brian Alvarez, and you are listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Welcome to the show, folks. My name is Josh Armour, and thanks very much for downloading Wrestle Radio Australia. This is our first episode.
Oh, yeah! G'day, this is Big Brody Marshall.
This is Brian Alvarez.
This is Dean Brady of the Millennials.
This is Jurassic Punk Sid Parker.
How many of you guys have heard the term kayfabe?
Hello, doggers. This is Jay Hunter from OSW Review.
This is Matt Grim Basso.
This is the loosest in Australian wrestling, Adam Brooks.
This is Scrap Iron Adam Pearce, and you are locked in
To Wrestle Radio Australia.
I in the game, I'm champion, I'm Triple H. Undertaker, I'm your maker, bury the brother like Kane. Ooh, 1-3, hit the tombstone, hit the choke slam on face. Ooh, yeah, like a macho heel, tell like I'm Tommaso. If you suffer like tomatoes, I'ma keep a couple models. Ooh, and you may call me HBK. When I'm tuning up the vein, you best be getting in my way. Ooh, yeah, I'm degenerate, I love it, yes, I love it. If you ain't down with that, then I got 2 words for you, suck it. Too sweet, put your fangs up. Too sweet, hold another cup. This big busy 23, got me feeling way too sweet.
I was trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it was just awful.
I've turned chicken salad into chicken shit. I will continue to do so.
Here I was, blaming AEW for feeding you chicken shit, knowing you mindless millennials would be eating it up as if it were chicken salad, when it's really been your fault all along.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is to it. Put a square peg in a round hole, just never seems to fit.
This is Bianca Belair.
Hey, this is Kevin Owens.
Hey, it's Seth freaking Rollins.
It is the man, Becky Lynch.
It's Rhea Ripley here, and you're listening to Wrestle Radio Australia.
Hello and welcome to Making Chicken Salad, the Wrestle Radio Australia show where we talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. I have returned, and in exciting news, we've balanced the beard versus no beard tag team again. It's wonderful stuff. My name is Lachlan Albert. I am joined, as always, by the man behind the podcast, Todd Eastman. Todd, good to see you, mate.
How are you, my friend? How was your time off?
It was lovely. Had a lovely trip down to Melbourne. Saw one Jeff Setti himself. It was beautiful having a bit of a break. Speaking of, the man who has relinquished the beard, it's Mr. Setti himself, Jeff Setti. How are you, mate?
I'm good. Someone's interviewing for a job at the moment, so, get rid of it. Well, get rid of it. Be presentable. Look about 30 years younger. That's kind of my strategy.
Sure do, mate. Keeping it clean. Speaking of keeping it clean, the cleanest boy in the game, Jamie Apps. Jamie, how you doing, mate?
I'm very well, thank you very much.
I also don't know what that segue was. I
don't know what that was. That confused me.
He's I gotta be honest because my interest for him for the last couple of weeks has been really good.
Yeah.
All involving mustaches.
I got to admit, it's you're rocking the dirty Dom Mo, and you're called the cleanest boy in the room. I mean, come on, what's going on there, Locke?
I've got to look. The girlfriend's a fan of Jamie Apps. I got to keep it nice to Jamie. If I'm not nice to Jamie, I get in big trouble. That's
all the girlfriends
how it goes
are fans of Jamie Apps. All the girlfriends.
It's a known factor.
Let's pump those brakes. You'll get me in trouble next.
Lady Killer Apps over here. Your fiance, mate. Don't worry about it. That's all good.
Look, I've been out for 2 weeks, and I feel like I've missed so much. Like, all the goings-on from Perth, all of the, build-up to that. There's been AEW that I've missed out on. Like, it's been a crazy time for wrestling, right?
I mean, when you got back from your trip and then basically went straight to Pro Wrestling League, didn't you?
Literally got back on the Friday night, Pro Wrestling League on the Saturday. No breaks.
Which was massive, by the way.
It was huge. It was wild stuff. I cannot wait for that footage to go up. That's going to be cracking.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that when it drops. The clips that I've seen, I'm like, ooh, that looks exciting.
And Nathan
Hamlin. I was like, oh, I'm glad I wasn't in the cage.
Yeah. Nathan Hamlin saying, you missed heaps, man. I tell you what, Nathan, I was honestly, as much as I was enjoying my Melbourne trip, loved being down at PAX, I felt like I was missing out because I was seeing all the posts from everyone on the other side of the country having just the best time over at not only WWE in Perth, but EPW with everything that they did at the brewery, but also at the Super Camp, and also most importantly, I guess, at EPW This Is Our House from Willetton Stadium with one of the most hacked lineups
honestly,
ever.
I think you probably went the right way around about it, though. Because at least you were busy. You were doing something. Like, we were all sitting at home looking at this shit online going, God damn it, why didn't I go? Why didn't I go?
Yeah. Yeah, very true. I had a proper excuse not to be there. But thankfully, through the magic of the internet, this show's available to watch now. You can catch EPW This Is Our House over on EPW's Vimeo. And it is, honestly, for the show that you're getting, a ridiculous bargain. It's like $5.
I forgot about that. This is the best week for me.
Because you don't have
yeah, you can't say
Lachlan's
it.
catchphrase can't be used. You'll find a place to use it somewhere.
Isn't there like the pre-show available somewhere? Where's that?
Oh yeah, Go Time. Where would you find EPW's Go Time from this show? I think it's because it's got that East versus West Rumble that we announced all those people for. I'm pretty sure that one is.
Oh, you mean that East versus Rumble? That where this happened?
He's on a warpath. Trent O'Day, don't get involved. Yep, silly idea. Let the big boys play. The Queenslanders out of there.
Has been eliminated.
Oh.
That's a good clip you got there, Todd.
Thank
That's
you.
going to get
Caught
some
astray.
views.
Caught astray.
I hear Trent's looking for an opponent soon.
Hey, he came up to me. He goes, "How many times did you play that last week?" I was like, 3. 3 times.
Are you going to equal it tonight or better it, Todd?
Who knows, mate? If the opportunity arises, you never know.
I tell you what,
it has to be organic. I can't just throw it in there.
Where can people watch that, Lachlan? The Go Time?
They watch it for free on YouTube.
There you go. Free on YouTube.
Isn't that unreal? Free on YouTube. What a world. What a world we live in. That's the Go Time Rumble from EPW's This Is Our House that's free on YouTube. EPW's This Is Our House itself, you can rent or buy over on EPW's Vimeo. If you search for EPW Vimeo or Explosive Pro Wrestling Vimeo, it comes up. You can also find it from the link in the podcast description that Todd's going to put in. Boom, boom. And we've got the chat popping off already. We've got Alex Fireheart noting that we've got a full quartet here tonight. Macho Man Andy Savage pointing out only $3 for the rental of This Is Our House. Macho Man saying best money he's spent on wrestling in a while. Nathan Hamlin also saying Billy Mack and Jesse Daniels, fantastic people. Nathan, I'll back you on Billy Mack. How about that? I'll back you on Billy Mack.
Half of them are fantastic.
All right.
Jesse Daniels, a bit of a chore.
Let's not spoil any results from Pro Wrestling League, but happy to see the tail end of Jesse Daniels. Macho Man Andy Savage says, the search is a total pain on Vimeo. Follow the link on the WA Pod or YouTube
That's
link.
not what he said.
It's not.
Are we not swearing tonight? Is that what I'm...
I'm holding it back. We can swear.
Good boy,
For
Lachlan.
fuck's sake, Lachlan, let it out.
Good boy, Lachlan doesn't swear. He's a good boy.
All right. But the
He's
point
a good
is...
boy. Jamie's a nice lad. I'm an asshole.
And I'm
5 minutes in.
Haven. I don't know what's happened. It is absolutely worth catching EPW This Is Our House. It's the show we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you haven't seen it already, first of all, do yourself a favor, because this show is, not to spoil what I think of this show, go seek this one out. Because top to bottom, what a show, what a card. I still haven't caught the Go Time Rumble yet. I'm really excited to do that because, again, like the quality of names in that video, and there's one elimination in particular that seems very entertaining. I've
Stop trying to make me want to press the button.
Hang on, Lachlan.
Angle it in front of you.
You were there. You saw that.
He was in that Rumble. I don't know if he had any like interesting interactions with Jared Slate or anything, but I believe he was in the Rumble. Anyway, let's kick off. This Is Our House with and again, like, this card is ridiculous. I will say that getting into this show, the vibes from it are incredible. It's a packed out Willerton Stadium, completely sold out, just with legions of fans. I will say, unfortunately, the first match is maybe the hardest watch because of the way that it ends, and it was a match that I was really excited for. So, as much as we've got the excitement, there is a little bit of a downside on this first one. The team of James Hartness, Lucas Fantasia, and Solomon Blackwell up against the team of James Hartness in the chat saying, Todd, what elimination are they talking about?
Oh, I can't, because it's just going to be like 2 hours of me playing Trino Day being eliminated. And his mental health can't do that.
I was going to say, are you complaining about that, Todd? That feels like something you would happily do.
No. It's just like, you know that thing of, stop it, he's already dead. I just don't want to keep doing it.
I will say, Trent came back on Saturday and told me it was the best weekend of his life and he was feeling great. So, I don't know, maybe he needs the clip played a couple more times.
No, I think after that cage match, he probably wasn't feeling all that great. So
that's probably.
When somebody please think of the children.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him have that one.
That's fair. That's fair. So in the opening match was James Hartness, Lucas Fantasia, and Solomon Blackwell taking on TMDK, the team of Damian Slater, Marcus Pitt, and Mikey Broderick, accompanied by Dustin Connors. This one did end in a no contest, and Macho Man Andy Savage saying, could they have deleted this first match from the stream altogether? The response to the injury didn't reflect very well on a couple of really experienced workers. Now, what Andy is referring to there is there's a moment towards the end of this match where Marcus Pitt goes to hit a snap power slam on Lucas Fantasia, and I don't know if it was a miscommunication. I don't know.
Underwater block.
Yeah.
But essentially, hopefully that's fixed it.
Yep,
essentially, in a snap power slam from Marcus Pitt, Lucas Fantasia's head goes directly into the mat, and he appears to be completely out. And there's a bit of confusion about how to respond to that. Eventually, they do manage to get Lucas Fantasia out of the ring and work some storyline to get to the eventual endpoint of this match, which is James Hartness challenging Marcus Pitt to a main event at EPW Reawakening for the title in a steel cage, which I think the promo that Hartness was able to put together there, considering everything around it, I thought was really well executed. It's unfortunate that this match went the way it did, because I was really excited to see all 6 of these guys working together. The stuff that we saw for the 7 or so minutes that the match ran was really fun, exciting stuff. Every time someone did a move, it was like, yes, build this. And then for it to end in that way is really horrible. Now, I have it from a reliable source that Fantasia was up and walking around backstage during this show before leaving to make sure that he got medical attention. So to the best of my knowledge, Lucas Fantasia is okay. But
what had happened is, because I've talked to people as well, he actually wanted to continue the match, but the boys were just like, no, we're going to cut it. Good. So he was responsive enough to say that's fine. And he copped himself a slight concussion, but he's good to go now. It's like if there was a show this weekend, he would be okay to wrestle.
He is in a show this weekend, Todd.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he is too. He is. Yeah, so there you go. So he is good to go. So yeah,
and Nathan Hamlin, Nathan Hamlin is involved in APW there and is reporting Lucas is all good, thankfully. Alex Fireheart says, kind of glad I looked away for a second and missed the botch. I would say once you're about 5 minutes into this match, it might be worth fast forwarding a little bit, because it's a pretty confronting looking hit.
Yeah, it's a pretty sickening looking injury.
Don't miss James's promo. It was a good promo.
Yeah. The thing is that you had to sort of leave this match in, because this match was, even though it ended probably like a lot premature than what it was supposed to, it was also just supposed to be like a teaser for the main event and the finals of the Invitational Tournament. So
yeah, this one was like the most storyline heavy match on the show. So
if anything had to sort of stay in there, it had to stay in there. Really,
I also think because he's okay. Like if he was, if something had gone really awry, and I'm not saying it didn't, but because Lucas was fine, I don't.
If he was
see
eating
it as
food
being-
through a straw at the moment, it would be a totally different bloody story.
Exactly. It would be an unfortunate thing. But no, because he's fine and because they had to show non-local fans the promo and what led to the promo specifically. I think it's important that it was kept in. It's just unfortunate it was the opener and that happened in the opener.
I think they did the best they could from the situation they were put into. Really,
Absolutely.
when you think about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think it reflects poorly on Marcus or Damien. I thought it actually reflected well on them to be able to pivot and get to an ending that still made sense without just, let's just cut all Lucas's stuff and do everything we had planned anyway. They pivoted and went, okay, let's cut it short and do this instead.
Yeah. If anything, that just shows that they really wanted to make sure he was okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And the guys involved show you that, like, this is a reminder that wrestling can go pear-shaped at any moment, and it's not about the, like, level of skill or experience from the people involved, because you're talking about Lucas Fantasia, who is one of the straight best rising stars in the country today, and Marcus Pitt, who has a wealth of experience, a huge amount of talent. Like, it's not like these were sloppy workers who, were going in being careless. This is a reminder that, hey, these people do put our bodies on the line to entertain us. And it sucks that it happens. It always sucks. And it's a bit gross, but, this is the nature of what happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And
it's also not netball, it's not bloody.
Yeah.
It's like heavy contact sport.
Yeah,
especially like the snap power slam, because it all happens so quickly. Like, it's literally just someone is half a step off. It can go really bad really quickly. It's not like a power bomb where if you go to get them up and they're kind of not ready to go up, you can stop and fix it. A power slam, once you're going, you're going.
Yeah.
I also think
credit to
it's one of those things. It's one of those things. It's not just half a step. It's also the fact that Lucas could be slightly out of position with too much neck, and what happened. So,
it just it's one of those things, unfortunately. But they did. I think they did the best of a bad situation and made the best out of it to sell that cage match for the next show.
I'll also say, in a way, it's kind of good that this is the opener, because everything else on the show is so good that if this was like halfway through or 3/4 through, you'd really feel it like mar the energy in the show. But everyone here is really on top of their game. They made sure that, they ended the match and had a way around it to make it a no contest. They had an excellent promo from Hartness. Everything that all 6 of these guys did, other than that one move in this match, was fantastic wrestling. So, I think that this is, if you are squeamish, maybe skip the whole match. Try and catch the Hartness promo at the end, because it's good, where he calls Pitt an animal and says that animals only belong in one place, and then calls him for a steel cage match. That's good stuff. That's pro wrestling, baby. So,
and I think also,
I was
you go ahead, Jeff.
Can we add that Solomon and James as well were real pros about it all. They kind of overcame it real quick and did great work, while probably being quite confused out there. And Dustin Connors as well. Like, let's not undervalue the fact that he was kind of out of camera shot, but he was around there. He was making sure that Lucas was okay. And I think that's really.
And then I was just going to say, like, I think on a positive note, like, the storyline reasoning for this match, they did a really good job of getting across those EPW stories for people that obviously so many people traveling, not there all the time. So, like, it's TMDK, and normally they would be all matching. Everyone's got the same gear. They had mismatched gear, suggesting that they all kind of have divided focuses at the moment. Everyone's focused on their own thing. Damien with Solomon, Marcus with Hartness, Mikey and Fantasia, their history. So it did a great job of getting those storylines across and then harkening back to previous long-term rivalries and things. So, like you said, it was a
did a good
teaser.
job of putting that over as well.
yeah, it was a good teaser of what's happening in EPW at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess it's also, you know, I think at this point, it's worth saying we are going to fawn, or at the very least, I am going to fawn over a lot of people on this show. Because every name on this show is somebody who is a A-rank wrestler in Australia. This is the best of the best, top to bottom. And so, like, I would have loved to have seen more Solomon Blackwell wrestling in this match because he's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Full stop. I love everything James Hartness does. I would have loved to have seen more of that. You know, like, Slater is just one of... Every person in this match is the best of the best, and that's true all the way down. So if you don't hear us talking about just how good these people are, it's because you've got to take it as a given that everyone on this show is the absolute business, right?
Yeah.
And speaking of, EPW Coastal title on the line in the next match, future-proof Rogan Kargas managing to defend that title against Matt Hayter, who, again, to shout out commentary, did a great job pointing out that that Coastal title left last time there was the big super show going on with Hayter. Like, really cleverly done. My nitpick about this match is it surprises me that Hayter didn't have some away ring gear that wasn't black and white when Kargas was there in the like silver and gray that was just quite close to the same color. And it's not like they look identical, but I feel like Hayter is the kind
They're
of
damn
guy
close.
They're damn close. And Hayter's the kind of guy who's one step ahead on that kind of stuff normally. And Alex Fireheart hits the nail on the head saying, yeah, as someone who's only vaguely familiar with EPW, commentary did a great job of explaining people who I wasn't as familiar with are. Yeah, they absolutely nailed it. And here I think, you know, for that to be my only criticism, to go, you know, Hayter, did you not have some red trunks with you? Like, this match was a really, really good title match that brought the energy back into the room, went back and forth in a really exciting way, and really showed that, you know, Rogan Kargas can stand up there with some top quality workers. Todd, what did you think of it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I also like the fact that the commentary were putting over, like, okay, well, he's pinned Matt Hayter now. Surely he should get a shot at that RCW championship now in Adelaide. I like the way that they've tied that sort of thing in. Like, even though he's a champion and he lost, it's almost like one of those things that they do on AEW when it's like the title elimination match. Mm-hmm. Like, either guy here could have done it. You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed that angle to it, like putting a story in where there necessarily isn't a story. So I really did enjoy that. I thought both guys were really good, especially like coming out of something that was a bit of a cold ending and to sort of bring them back up again. And if you're going to have someone come out there to do that, Hayter's probably the best person for that.
Jeff?
Yeah, I was about to say exactly that. Hayter does such good work getting the crowd either riled up or on his side and then riled up, which is exactly what he did tonight in this show. Rogan Kargas is just great. Like, you know how you look at someone and you go, no notes. That's Rogan Kargas for me. I just look at him and go, yeah, there's a star. There's a guy who is a freaking star. And, you know, Matt Hayter is probably one of the top, in the conversation to be one of the top 5 all-round wrestlers in the country. So, you know, there was no way this was ever going to be bad. And boy, howdy, certainly wasn't. And you're all right. Commentary did a great job selling the importance of this victory for the RCW Championship.
Nathan Hamlin in the chat saying Kargas' development this year has been fantastic. Being able to wrestle guys like Hayter show how much he is on the rise. Alex Fireheart says, was pleasantly surprised that Hayter lost clean, really. Missed opportunity if Rogan doesn't get a grand championship shot out of this somehow. And Alex also pointed out, not only did he beat him clean as a whistle too. Jamie, what did you think of Rogan Kargas and Matt Hayter for the EPW Coastal title?
I really enjoyed this. It was probably one of my favorite matches on their card. Like we mentioned, they're kind of mirror images of each other, so it was bound to be really cool in that way. They did a good job of, I guess, like, Hayter's been in EPW previously, like I mentioned, at the last Super Show, he won this title. So they did a good job of building a story for this match around Hater's ego kind of getting the better of him. He was just going into this thinking, well, I've done this before, I'll win it again here. And Rogan stepped up and went, no, this is my house now, and proved him wrong. And with it coming after what we saw in that first match, I think they did a great job of just with the intros. Hater's intro with he's Zaria's favorite wrestler, he's the best wrestler that Stevie Wonder's ever seen. That immediately got the crowd on his side, and then he turned it around on them, and I thought that was really well done. My other note was also really cool to see it wasn't just wrestlers featured on this show. QWA's The Ref also got a run in the show. It was cool to see that it was an all-round Australian showcase of what we are producing in this country.
Yeah, and you get a match like this, and it shows that all of those pieces work together beautifully. And obviously, we would have noticed because we've been watching QWA recently, but I think if it hadn't been pointed out on commentary, the fact that the ref was there, he fit hand in glove. He did an excellent job here, as did Rogan Kargas, as did Matt Hater.
Commentary did a solid 3 minutes on him.
Yeah, they sure did.
Must have known what he was going to do for a living, calling him the ref. Yeah, he was born.
Yeah, really good stuff here, and again, all of these matches just show how good the scene is in Australia, both with the people who are established as top guys and with the guys who are coming up through the ranks. And that's what I really enjoyed here with Hater being that established guy and Kargas being a guy who we can see building up. And it's also something that I noticed in the next match, which was a 3-way match, Rita Stone, Jessica Troy, Shay Cassidy, which obviously Jessica Troy is fully established now. We've been talking about Shay Cassidy's astronomical rise over the past couple of months. Rita Stone, again, someone that's on that precipice, and this match just completely delivered for me. I think the only thing that interested me is sitting back while this match was happening. I thought to myself, it is interesting that this is just a match that could happen on PWA because they're all there all the time. So it's interesting that this is a women's match that you get in Perth during that big weekend. But at the same time, I don't know what more you would want from a match in this spot, right? I think that we'll also point out that Rita Stone pinning Shay Cassidy as the result, I think was absolutely the right call. Shay is in a spot right now where the way the crowd responds to her, and especially with an entrance like the one she did here, where she had the shirtless men carrying her and her singing and screaming at them and directing, the crowd was so bought into her. Her character work, she loses absolutely nothing in a loss because everyone is completely invested in what Shay is doing right now, and she's backing it up with the ring work. She loses nothing taking a pinfall, whereas Rita Stone getting a win here against a couple of people who are at the top of PWA cards really is a huge boon for her and a great choice. Jessica Troy is somebody who doesn't necessarily need this win, but you also don't necessarily want to have her eat the pinfall. I think that was the best decision to make. I think that everything in this match landed for me. This was one of my top matches. There's some stuff that's obviously going to be incredible in this show. For me, this match was one of the matches that delivered the most. I'll pass to Jamie. What did you think of the 3-way with Rita Stone, Jessica Troy, and Shay Cassidy?
I really enjoyed this one as well. I think Shay kind of became the default heel, which is very unusual for her just because of the cocky pop star persona. But I think they all did a really good job of, in a 3-way, it can kind of fall into that trap of it just ends up being singles matches and then you move on to the next singles match and the other person's kind of sitting around for a long time waiting for their moment. I feel like they did a really good job of flowing between the different combinations consistently, and it felt like a proper 3-way, not just, it's Rita versus Jess, Rita versus Shay, and so on and so forth. It felt like it was all of them combining. And it never felt like the other person who was not in the ring at the moment was out of there for too long. And then ultimately, yeah, like you said, this is probably the biggest win in Rita's career, even though she is a former Nui Pro Tag, middleweight women's, and Slam women's champion. So to get a win on such a big stage like this is huge for her, I think.
Absolutely. And Jeff, you're agreeing there?
Absolutely. Complete agreement with everything in terms of, firstly, Shay probably didn't expect to get as visceral a reaction as she did. And she did excellent work in diving into it and accepting it and even playing it up at times. It'll be interesting to see the reaction to her this weekend down here. Jess Troy is so good. Like, forget her sometimes over-the-top booking. She is so damn good that you forget that at times. And Rita Stone, I can't say enough good things about Rita Stone. I really think she's got such a bright future. So, yeah, really, really impressed with this, and the right person won.
Yeah, Macho Man Andy Savage in the chat saying, it's an incredible local wrestling character that can so easily play heel or face depending on the promotion. Add in her rapid improvement. No wonder Shay is everywhere. Alex Fireheart adds in, maybe it's just the crowd not being as familiar with the three, but it felt like Troy really had to work the crowd a lot to get them to react early on, though the three women definitely won the crowd the longer it went. I agree with what Jeff was saying about Jessica Troy, and it's something that I thought during the match, is that it feels like almost every Jess Troy match I've watched for the last 18 months, 2 years, has been her in PWA at the top of the card, either being really dominant because the crowd has already bought into that, or being part of this big long-term story about Chevs taking the title from her. And sitting back and just watching Jessica Troy wrestle a match and going, oh yeah, she's the best at this, is so nice, because she's the best. She's such a good professional wrestler. It's ridiculous. Todd, what did you think about the three-way with Rita Stone, Jessica Troy, and Shay Cassidy?
Well, first of all, boys, we had a win because Barnaby sat in the corner.
Yes.
Barnaby sat in the corner.
Yes.
So we had a win. I will say that this was probably the most perfect three-way that you could have had with the three of these people. For the mere fact of Shay Cassidy's character just jumped off the stage, and she looked like a bigger star than everyone in that ring when she jumped in there, with the entrance, with just how out she was with the character. That was perfect. Then they also showcased how good at wrestling Jessica Troy is, and finished that off with Rita Stone getting the win. While she isn't quite as good as Jessica as wrestling, doesn't quite have the character that Shay does, she got the win. So at the end of the night, everyone was looking at the end of the match, everyone was looking at her. So this, I think, perfectly showcased all three characters in what they can do and what they were good at. So, I mean, if that's what your aim was going into this, then whoever helped agent, if somebody helped agent the match, or if they were just left to their own devices, they did it perfectly.
Yeah, I think this is a great showcase of like what women's wrestling in Australia can be too. Like, they're no longer the break match. It's these three come out there, and you have to watch this because it could quite easily be the best match on the show.
I mean, it has been that way for a while now, but for fans that might have been going to that show that only really go to a WWE show or watch like Raw or SmackDown on TV, for them to see those three girls in the ring killing it is an absolute testament to how good women's wrestling is in Australia now.
Yeah, and in a way, I like the way that the card was broken up, where this was the only triple threat match on the show, and they really used that to their advantage in, like Jamie was talking about, having the three of them interact in ways that wasn't just a one-on-one that cycles people out. It was, it's an armbar into a pinfall on the other person, and we've got the leg lock going into this, and like using the fact that it's a triple threat match in a way that's interesting and exciting and keeps you engaged in the match. I think that this was an absolute masterclass in pretty much everything. I think it was really excellent.
And I think that must have been one of the classes that Damien ran during the Super Camp as well, because he put out like an Instagram reel about like how to make three-ways not feel like individual solo matches.
Yeah.
And clearly these three girls listened.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I mean, if you want to talk about, like we were saying, the way that Australian wrestling is being showcased, it doesn't get easier than with the two tag teams that were up next.
No.
ATO, Australian Takeover, Julian Ward and Kaz Jordan, coming back from America. They've got the EPW tag belts, and now they're taking on TMDK, full force TMDK, Mikey Nichols and Shane
They're not
Hay.
the tag titles, mate. They're not the tag champions.
No.
They're not? Sorry?
No.
Oh,
Purveyors of
no,
Work
sorry. Purveyors of Work Radar, the former tag champions, right?
There you go.
Silly me. Yeah, ATO and TMDK are just like, here's some absolute world-class Australian tag team wrestling. TMDK look as good as ever, somehow. And ATO are at the top of their class. This is good tag team wrestling. Jeff, what did you think of OG TMDK versus ATO?
Firstly, where is the Fountain of Youth in Perth? I lived there for years and I didn't find it. They all look so young. I reckon Nichols and Hayes look younger than they did when they were on WWE. Probably they're having more fun. Look, I thought this was terrific. This was almost 20 minutes of good back and forth, hard-hitting tag team wrestling. And it would have, like, you could watch this in any era of wrestling and you'd go, this is a banger. Just a wonderful, wonderful match. You don't realise how good Ward and Jordan are. Ward and Jordan are. That sounded really weird. You don't realise how good they are until you see them in a setting like this, which they realise the importance. They tag together amazingly, and they're up against two of the best. Amazing. Just a phenomenal bloody match. Well, probably... bar the main event, of course, this was my match of the night. And it was a fucking banger. But of course it was. I've got another 20 minutes of going. I'm not surprised. This was brilliant. Talk to someone else.
Yeah, and I tell you what, 18 minutes that felt like 6 as well.
Oh, it did.
Oh, yeah.
Top pace. Jamie, what did you think about TMDK versus ATO?
I also love this one. It's like it really showcased that ATO are basically the next generation TMDK.
Yeah.
Like they had
Yeah.
Julian is Mikey, Kaz is Shane, High Flyer, and I think they just meshed so well with this veteran versus next gen type match of like trying to prove that they belong with the old guard type guys, and just the cohesion between Mikey and Shane was insane. Because I just looked it up. Their last actual tag match prior to this was the 8th of December 2024.
What?
Yeah.
Because they've been doing singles stuff.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it's watching this, you're like, yeah, they've wrestled last week. But no.
Yeah, but like when you've wrestled together as much as they have, over as many years as they have, it's like putting on your favorite pair of Jordans.
Yep.
Like you just slide back into them and everything's comfortable and you remember exactly. It's like muscle memory. Oh yeah, okay, that's what happens.
Yeah, it was just like
one of those things.
It was all the tag moves. Like they were just so smooth into it. It wasn't any hiccups at all. It was just Shane's going to throw him into this and Mikey's going to have him ready for that, and they were just right there, ready to go. It's just great stuff.
When NXT toured, and I don't know if it was the same if you guys went to your shows, but when NXT did a tour a few years ago, the tag match was TMDK against DIY. And whoever the road agent was clearly said, this was in Melbourne, clearly said to them, just cut sick, guys. Just go have, 38 minutes and knock yourselves out. Jesus Christ, it was good. It was so good.
Ours was FTR versus FTR and... Geez, who was it? It was FTR and somebody versus...
many moons ago now.
TM64, I think that's what they were called.
TM61.
Bobby and 6-1 and Bobby Roode.
Oh, nice.
And Bobby was doing the glorious gimmick. So that was. This match was like, I think Jamie absolutely perfectly described it. You're watching like TMDK, the most established, probably best tag team to come out of Australia, against a team that in 10 years might be in the same position against another young team in an Australian Super Show. Yeah.
I'll just jump in with an update there. Sorry, boys, just out of curiosity. It was the team of TM61, Ty Dillinger, and Shinsuke Nakamura beat the Revival, Bobby Roode, and Samoa Joe.
There we go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would have been
What a stacked match.
That would have been amazing.
They had to follow Asuka versus Ember Moon, and they did. It was unreal. But yeah, and Alex Fireheart talking about, seeing commentary pointing out that Nichols was the last EPW original left after this show, and it made Alex Fireheart realizes the first wrestling show they ever attended in 2007 had two people from this show on it, Shane Haste and Mikey Broderick. You've got guys in here who have been doing this for so long and just look fresh as a baby. It's incredible. And I think this match, if you are at all interested in tag team wrestling, watch this, study this. This is it.
I guess when you're in Perth and you're hanging out with people like Marcus Pitt, you're not going to not stay in shape.
True.
Yeah,
very true. Andy Savage said that they lived in Canberra at the time and got the TMDK versus FTR match. Still one of the best matches they've seen live. These guys they're the business. They're so good. And for me, especially after seeing so much of the stuff Mikey had been doing, because I don't keep up with the Japanese stuff as much as I would like. So I saw when Mikey was back doing Mad Mikey Nichols singles stuff in EPW, I was seeing a lot of that. It's been a while since I've sat down and watched Shane Haste, and the guy can go. It's so fun to see him working at full pelt again. This is a delight. And speaking of delights, you want to look at a four-way match that just absolutely rumbled in, got its business done, and got out. This MCW Inter-Commonwealth title four-way match that was next on this show. Adam Brooks, Ricky South, Robbie Thorpe, Tommy Knight. And incredibly, this includes Ricky South being subbed in at the last minute. Unfortunately, things happen, cards subject to change, and Ricky South is an absolutely excellent replacement, unfortunately for Hayden Zenith.
Poor Hayden Zenith couldn't make the match. So this basically just became an MCW showcase match, really, when you look at it.
It did, but an MCW showcase match with guys from all around, because Brooksy's your champion. You've got Robbie's kind of the MCW challenger, Ricky South's kind of the PWA challenger, and Tommy Knight's your Wrestle Rampage challenger. So it did have kind of an Australia-wide feel, even though there was no Perth representation, which it's interesting that this is the second match on the show that didn't have someone from Perth on it, which really does make it feel like a super show. There's matches with just people from Perth. There's matches with no one from Perth. There's matches with some people from Perth and some people from interstate. It really felt like a super show in that booking, which I really enjoyed. And this match is, again, look at the names in it. Brooksy, South, Thorpe, Knight. Yeah, you're going to get a good match out of it. Todd, any more detailed thoughts than that?
No, really. It was like they had like 8 minutes, and they just went balls to the wall for those 8 minutes. It was like, how much can we fit into this 8 minute bag? And they did as much as they could. They got in, they got out. They showed everybody strength in that particular set of time, and got out with the win, with the right guy winning it to move stuff forward with Adam. And I love the way that they've put over, like, this person's had the Inter-Commonwealth, this person had these big names are the Inter-Commonwealth, but the name, the title, the Inter-Commonwealth title is still synonymous with Adam Brooks. I love the way they describe that.
And
which
Alex
is true.
Fireheart,
I think of that belt, and Brooksy is always the first name that pops into my head.
Yeah, he's like Brett with the IC title.
Yep. Alex Fireheart.
Anytime I think that, I think Brett.
Alex saying, I did kind of love the parade of finishes to end the match, which is always just a blast of fun. Not to keep saying how good commentary was this show, but the fact that not only commentary was giving you the accolades of all of these people, but then also giving recent histories around the title, and then also acknowledging, hey, this is what's happening at Fight to Survive, so these people who are against each other are tagging together in a couple of weeks' time, and like pushing that forward and giving those highlights to other shows around Australia. Like, absolute masterclass. Absolute masterclass. Jamie, what did you think of the MCW Inter-Commonwealth title 4-way at EPW? This is our house.
Awesome stuff. I think the thing that really jumped out at me, Brooksy is always in good shape, but he was shredded for this one.
Yeah.
I think he had 0.2% body fat. The guy looked incredible. He just meshes so well with everyone, and he's adding new tools to the tool belt as well. That there was this sort of sidestep trip roll up for a pin. I was like, I don't think I've seen him use that before, and it's cool to see that he's not just Brooksy's greatest hits on a show like this. It's like, here's some new stuff as well. And then I think they obviously had to improv some stuff when Robbie kind of busted his nose open, but for him to still just be like, I'm going to keep going even though my nose is spread across my face, there's blood everywhere. He just kept going, and good little meat match in there as well. Bit of everything.
When you work with Mitch Ryder, you kind of get used to seeing that. So part of the course, really.
And like, credit to him for like still doing interesting stuff, like doing the upside down on the top turnbuckle, kicking the feet out. Alex Fireheart says credit to Robbie Thorpe for getting a busted nose pretty early and finishing the match. Also credit to the ring crew for keeping an eye on where the blood ended up to wipe down the ropes and apron as the match was still going. Never seen ring crew be that attentive before. That's the thing about this show, is it feels like everything was at the absolute highest level. Every so often, I would look over and see Jax Jordan in the corner and be like, oh, there's going to be incredible photos of this match. You know what I mean? Like, everything.
He put out a video like 12 hours later, highlight clip.
Done.
Well,
yeah. Insane stuff. So, Jeff, Brooksy, South, Thorpe, Knight for the Inter-Commonwealth title. What did you think?
Didn't put a foot wrong, really, did it? I mean, it was unfortunate to see Robbie's handsome facade be smushed against the ring and some of the other things that poor schnoz went through. But what a match, and what a great trio of fellas to help cover Robbie while Robbie got seen to. Just beautiful. I'm glad that Brooksy's on the City Biz diet now. Sorry, Slacks, don't kill me if you see me, sir. But no, it's great that they all kind of fit in and mesh together so well, as four veterans of this nature would. And I also think it was just great. It was just great. Everything about it was terrific. Ricky South looked good, and yeah, loved it. Lovely match.
Yeah, it was more of that. Let's highlight everyone's strengths. Like Brooksy just meshing with everyone, Ricky South just taking such a beating and never stopping. Like just the power slap came back. He was just slapping people, getting hit hard. Tommy showing off his freakish strength when he Samoan dropped Ricky and Brooksy like they were nothing.
Yeah, this
and then Robbie's character.
This match should have just been called Four Guys Who Should Already Be Signed.
Yeah.
Oh, truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. This was hey, everyone sitting in that box up there.
Yeah.
We're coming for your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that they did a really good job as well with sequencing, because that match, which in ring is just 8 minutes of incredible work, they then followed it up with 7 minutes of just, here is the most character you're going to see in 6 men ever. You've got the team of the purveyors of work rate, Chris J. Lazarus and Elijah Henry, who are the EPW tag team champions, teaming with the anchorman Will Ketis. And on the opposite side of the ring, the dropouts, Scott Green and Tuckman, versus Jesse Lambert. And
with Jesse Lambert.
With Jesse Lambert, not versus, mate.
They didn't fight.
Sorry,
they were quite friendly, actually.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen those three have bad words about either of them.
I've got pod rust, okay?
This Todd.
Yeah, I think that it's worth crediting how much Jesse Lambert immediately got in with what the Dropouts were doing. And it's worth noting at the end of this match when they started playing Jesse Lambert's music, and I love hearing a bit of Blue Juice, but Lambert was immediately looking at the desk and going, nah, play the Dropout song. Cut this, play the Dropout song. Because having them come out, Dropouts music, Dropouts coming down through the crowd going absolutely bananas, and then everyone gets in the ring and the crowd are still singing, and they hit the Dropouts music again, and the crowd goes off. This is pro wrestling, right? This is the kind of thing that you don't get it in any other medium. This is sports entertainment, baby.
This is Australian yeeting.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
if you're not a fan of that, you would have hated this.
Yeah. But for me, there we go, I had to hit the catchphrase. Like, the joy of pro wrestling is being able to go between, like, in-ring masterclasses like the TMDK ATO and the Intercommonwealth match to here's some silly people pointing their fingers and dancing and everyone's cheering for it, to genuine, like, emotion watching the last match, which we'll get to. Like, there isn't another world where you can have all of that packed into the one show quite like this. I'll pass to...
What's
Go on, Jeff.
What's really nice about... Sorry, internet issue for a sec. What's really nice about this is that, there was a kind of crazy cohesion between everyone, and everyone was out there going, we are the fun match between two main events. Like, they knew their place and they had fun. Kiedis looked like he was having a ball. He's looking like $1 million right now. I mean, you're never going to have a bad time with Jesse Lambert and the Dropouts. Like, in auditorium, regularly getting the loudest pops. In Perth, Jesse is a demigod. There's very, very few people more popular than the P-Plater. There are few people that garner the pure raw heat than Will Kiedis can. He can just heat. It's a rare ability, and he's got it in spades, and good on you, mate. It's a brilliant ability to have. I'm a big fan. So you put those two in, and then you put the tag teams in as almost sparks of lightning in this incredible thunderstorm of yays and boos and heat and babyface work. Fucking, yeah, I love this so much because it was so good for being that match. Brilliant.
Jamie, how did you feel about Lambert and the Dropouts versus Purveyors of Work Rate and Kiedis?
Yeah, I think Todd put it perfectly. I was heavily sports entertained because that's what this was. It was just entertaining as hell. I think the way they showcased Kiedis with him coming out and cutting the promo and sort of getting the crowd immediately against him and hating him in a short promo was the perfect way to introduce him to that EPW audience of... As soon as they came out and he came out and they started booing him, he was like, I'm a guest. That's very rude. And it was just got them even more amped up. And then the Dropouts came out and the place just went unglued. That audience looked like they were having the greatest time in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd, thoughts on Lambert and the Dropouts versus Kiedis and Purveyors of Work Rate?
Jeff, Jamie explained it. That's exactly what I thought. Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's not much more to it. It was perfect. Yeah. Alex Fireheart says, definitely shows how over as a heel act the North Shore wrestling gimmick is that it didn't take long to get North Shore wankers chants going on the other side of the country, right? Like, I've said before, I don't necessarily know what the North Shore is, but they get the vibe across enough that the crowd goes, got it, I'm buying into this.
And all you need are two workers in the room. And there must have been a lot of workers sitting in the audience just having a look from Perth and other places. Just,
Barely no one was there, mate.
No, I can't think of anyone who
No one of note.
Yeah,
having a quiet watch and then just yelling out North Shore wankers to get it going. Two workers is all it would have taken. It's a fun thing to chant.
I did see the Dropouts had a new biggest fan, though, after this show. Bailey.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah, Bailey.
Bailey is the Dropout's biggest fan. She even on the next day, she was doing on Raw.
On Raw, yeah.
Excellent stuff. Excellent.
That's right.
This is going to sound weird considering the way we've just gushed about, what is that, like 6 matches back to back that are like, you know, some of the best wrestling we've watched in a long time. And then to say that this was kind of a one-match show is like the silliest thing that I could ever say. But there was an aura in the room around this main event, right? And you could feel it through the screen watching This Is Our House, that there had been a bunch of excellent matches, and now it was time for the thing that everyone had come for, which was Davis Storm, Michael Morleone, Don versus Godfather, Davis's last match. And they pulled out all the stops, right? You had the returns because you had Stella Nix accompany Michael Morleone. You had her get kicked out. You had Target come in partway through the match. You had Richter return to even the odds. There was returning referees. Like the amount of those pieces going on throughout the match was what you expect from one of these big main event last time that Davis is going to be wrestling moments, without taking away from a bloody good wrestling match. Because these two beat the tar out of each other, and they did. You could see the wrestling IQ that they have, not in the kayfabe sense of this guy knows how to reverse a move, but in the sense of they know the timing, they know what to hit. Now we're going into the crowd. We've got the crowd coming up. Now is where the finishers start, and I use your finisher, and you use my finisher, and we're getting the kickouts and the build up until that final moment was incredible. And Davis, with the Eye of the Storm set up, taking one last lap around the ring, really got to me. Jeff, thoughts?
I think it got to him too.
Yeah, it definitely got to Davis. For all of the right reasons, this for me was a very, very, very difficult thing to watch. And I'm saying for all of the right reasons because when it hasn't been the easiest run for Brainier at times, and one person who 1000% believed in me and our show was Dave Storm. And I can't consider how much he's put his body through, not just in his entire career, but in this match. To say goodbye to something you love must be incredibly difficult. And there is not one person in Australia who is involved in wrestling who will tell you that Davis Storm has done nothing for them, either as an influence or as a person. And that final moment, it's something that's actually burned in my mind. And I can't tell you how much this match meant to me. Everything from Stella doing a great job as a manager, and she's a sweet person, so it's against her nature, but she's fucking nailing it. Michael Morleone was beautiful as an opponent. He made sure that Davis went out looking like $1 million. The crowd were phenomenal, and there would have been people in the crowd who had no idea who Dave Storm is. And just beautiful match. God, this was beautiful.
Jamie?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. It was, like you said, it was, up until this match, it was kind of, this will be a good in-ring match. And then this one, they were like, guess what? Forget all the in-ring stuff. Here's emotion. And you are going to feel every ounce of it. And like you said, they did a bit of everything. It was a nice nostalgia play as well. They had all those people returning. Did a little bit of the exploration of the eras of Davis, where he was good guy, bad guy, cheating to get what he needed out of situations. And then also, like, they did some good story stuff with Bruno coming back. Like, it very easily could have just been, here's a nostalgia match. Here's all the highlights and things you want to see. But Davis, obviously, I imagine I imagine he didn't want to win this. Davis seems like the kind of guy that would have been fighting against him winning this match. But to have him go out on this really high note was just awesome. Such a nice match to watch.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people in the chat talking about this. Matthew Stacey saying this was definitely the most emotional match I've watched at EPW, brought tears to my eyes. Nathan Hamlin saying the moment where Storm stops and thanks all sides of the ring sent me. Alex Fireheart saying Davis making you think he was going to hit Nix only to make it look like she's choking him to get her thrown out was a great spot. Andy Savage saying everything about this match was perfect from the Davis promo at the start to the end of the broadcast. It was such a different, rewarding end to a wrestling show. Lakini's juice hitting at the end got me really hard. Todd, what did you think of Davis's final match?
This was the fucking shits. No, I'm kidding.
I knew you. There's no way you thought. No way.
Yeah, not a chance.
No chance, Tony. Come on.
No,
We watched a different match if that's what you thought.
I had to do it though. Everyone was being so nice. I'm like, I've got to pivot. No, I thought this was great. The spot throwing out Nix, perfect.
That was brilliant.
So good, so smart, so well done. The bringing back Richter was great. I could only have imagined if Shippy was able to do something, he would have been involved in some way, shape, or form as well. Yeah, I just think they did a really, really good job of sending Davis off the right way by telling a great story and also leaving questions going forward, like what's happening with Bruno on the next show?
Mm.
Like what are they going to do with Bruno? Like, do you bring Dave back not to wrestle but to at least cut a promo going, what the fuck was that about, bro?
And
you disrespectful little shit.
I really like, I really like that. Firstly, fuck you for making me cry on the podcast. I didn't want to cry on the podcast.
We didn't,
but I really like the fact.
Yeah, that's Dave's fault.
Yeah, it's thanks. I really like the fact that
Dave's not here, man.
They did this thing where it was an international event. Like this EPW show was very much an international event. You can see that by the fact that the TMDK came back for the show. You can see that by the fact of the people who were sitting in upstairs in the box. But this match was about Perth wrestling, and I think that's beautiful.
Would you like a little story about that I heard?
Tell us a story, Todd.
I heard coming up to the event, like a couple of months before the event, Shane Hayes had messaged EPW management going, do you guys have a show around this date? And it was just before everything had been announced. So he just happened to be in Australia on this weekend for this show.
Nice.
Unreal.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's just that's the old kismet right there working. The match was great, and if you're going to go out, you want to go out on a match like this. And the one thing I will point out, and it's one thing I noticed, right? You had a huge pop with the dropouts coming out and the crowd going apeshit. When Davis came out, it wasn't a pop. It was just respect. Like a respectful applause on his way out. Like you know what I mean? Like a legend had walked into the building type of applause. People that wouldn't even known who he was would have been like clapping and standing on their feet for it because it was just the feeling you had when he walked in. It wasn't like screaming and oh my God, this is Davis Storm. It was just like fucking like a thank you Davis Storm applause for him walking in for that entrance, which was, you got the feeling it was different to a normal wrestling like entrance pop, which I thought was just, that was straight away. I was just like, whoa. Okay. Yeah. Because Michael Morley only walked out there and tried to get as much heat as he could before Davis was like, I don't think he even had to do that. I think he could have just walked straight to the ring, got in the ring, not done a damn thing, and that crowd were just going to go for, you know what I mean? It's just that was just the feeling I had when he walked out.
I loved the streamers too. Like, it was such an extra little touch that just elevated it to, this is something special, because it's like, that's not something we see a lot in Australia. So for someone to get streamers, it's like, oh, okay, this is a big moment. And then, like, they worked slower, which was a nice change from the rest of the show. They took their time, they let those emotions sink.
They realised I'm going to be in there for like 40 minutes, so. And Dave ain't the springiest chicken in the world, so let's start this off slow, brother.
But then, like, also to praise Don as well. Oh. He was awesome in his role, and he sold the hell out of that Eye of the Storm.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Alex Fireheart saying in the chat, also, holy shit, you know both how over Davis is and how hated DNT are, that Nix could barely be heard trying to announce the Don before the match because she was getting booed out of the building. Yeah, the crowd here was the icing on the cake because this was magic. I thought this was really, really incredible. And Alex is right again saying, I mean, when you call yourself the Iron Man, makes sense for your final match to be around or over 40 minutes. Like, yeah, not wrong there. This was a huge show topped off with a really, really, I think, perfect retirement match for Davis Storm.
Yeah.
I love this.
The only thing I will say is when you watch it on Vimeo, you get a nice little tribute video after the show from people talking about how their feelings about Davis and blah, blah, to like a final screen of Thank You, Davis, which was very lovely. I want the speech. I want the Davis speech. EPW released the tapes.
I wonder if they're saving it for kind of a
release a Snyder cut. I want to see that. That was half of my reward for watching this match. I thought it was like, I just want to see the end.
I wonder if they're saving it for like a documentary like video that they're going to put out on socials later of like the final days of Davis Storm type thing, like that last week, like a documentary with. When you have someone like Jax Jordan there filming all week, you could have an incredible documentary.
Nathan Hamlin with an interesting tidbit that the ring was packed up before the line of people thanking Stormy ended. That's how long it took to get through everyone. Yeah, that's
no surprise.
Yeah. And I'm sure that he only said 2 sentences to all of them. It would have been really quick.
Shake hands next. Shake hands next.
That's the Davis Storm way.
I just want him to have thrown down the microphone as hard as he could at the end, because I mean, what are you going to do?
You just want him to get yelled at again.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, look, speaking of the next show, hey, the EPW roll doesn't end. We talked about James Hartness and Marcus Pitt in a steel cage up the top. That is happening at Reawakening 24, which is going to be, once again, EPW returning to Willetton Stadium. Those tickets are on sale now. So make sure you get amongst that EPW. If you're in Perth and you're not going to Reawakening 24, what's wrong with you? Like, straight up? Like, look at the quality of shows EPW are putting on. And if you haven't seen This Is Our House, go to Vimeo as soon as this podcast is over and watch it. Like I said, it's like $3 to rent. Insane for genuinely one of the best professional wrestling shows I've ever seen, top to bottom. Like, genuinely, EPW's This Is Our House is a phenomenal wrestling show. Absolutely phenomenal.
It reminded me of the old PWG tapes. Like, every match is just like the best of the best, going in there and showing why they are the best of the best.
Yeah, okay, Nathan, I get you, brother. But show me the fucking tapes.
Yeah. Nathan saying that the speech was fantastic. He lost his voice the week before.
I don't care if you don't want to put it out public. Just send it to me so I can watch it.
And then Todd can send it to me.
No, I won't even do that because I'm very good at the fave. So I won't do that.
All right,
send it to all three of us except for Todd.
Yeah,
that's fine. We'll lord it over.
How about you eat a dick, Jamie?
I also want to add that just get along to EPW. If you're in Perth, get yourself there and definitely watch this show on Vimeo.
Yeah, December 13th. Sorry, we forgot to mention that.
Oh, yeah, Reawakening. I've not cried on this podcast before. Thank you. It made me feel better, and also, I really needed that.
Well, and that's the kind of show that this was, right? Like, some of the best wrestling in Australia, some of the most entertaining sports entertainment in Australia, and genuine emotion. Like, just absolutely incredible stuff. So if that's the kind of thing you like in a wrestling show, get along to Reawakening 24 on December 13th at Wellington Stadium. Tickets on sale now. That main event has the EPW Championship on the line with James Hartness defending against Marcus Pitt in a steel cage, as well as the finals of the EPW Invitational Tournament for 2025. So it's going to be huge.
Yeah,
it's not the only thing.
That steel cage match won't be brutal at all, knowing those two.
Oh, Hartness and Pitt? It'll be soft as a pillow.
Classic scientific catch-as-catch-can wrestling is what I hear.
Yeah, nobody will touch the cages.
Yeah,
might as well not be there.
It's not like either of them like to be hit hard either. So
do that.
I hear that they can't take
a cage match where the cage never actually gets touched.
You do a cage match and then you wrestle a pure rules.
That's what the Darby Allin John Moxley feud's going to end in. Still,
you have the cage up for Blackwell to do the pen. Like, perfect.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Look, there's other wrestling going on as well around the country. Let's talk about MCW, because they've got Fight to Survive 2025 this Saturday, baby. Check out
very low tickets at the moment.
Oh, mcwtix.com.au, mcwtix.com.au for what must be the dregs will be all that remains, because check this out. Just announced, Ilya and Edward Dusk are going one-on-one. That's on top of what we already knew about with matches like the six-man scramble match, Ryan Rapid, Matt Hayter, Scott Green, Nate Hunter, Jahari, and MJ Russo. You've got the number one contendership match for the MCW tag team titles with the Natural Classics versus the Physicals. You've got the 10-man Fight to Survive tag team match. Team Icons is Lucas Fantasia, Lucky O'Leary, Robbie Thorpe, Rocky Monero, and Slex versus the Greatest Team led by Jarvis with Adam Brooks, Amp Cava, Tommy Knight, and somebody else who we will find out. There's the Tuckman versus the Clydesdale, Mullet versus Mullet. The hair is on the line. They may lose their Samson-like wrestling abilities. And MCW women's title match, Erica Reed, Shay Cassidy, one-on-one. Like, again, we just talked about how crazy the card was at EPW with basically every wrestler in Australia available for it. MCW are putting on the most stacked shows just with their roster. It's incredible. If you're in Melbourne and you're not getting along to Fight to Survive, I don't know what to tell you. mcwtix.com.au. Get amongst the last of those tickets now. It's far from the only...
There are 4 seats and everything else is standing room.
Yeah, Andy Savage, I did mention the one they announced today, Ilya versus Dusk. That's going to be a wild one-on-one. Yeah. Jeff, what's up, mate?
Your boy Jeff's going to be there. Come and say hi. We're going to have a great time. I think this will be one hell of a show. Like, just amazing. And I really like that they've moved the 6-man scramble match over to this show. So it wasn't.
Well, they did that in the tag titles, the tag number one contenders thing as well.
Those two matches have remained. So, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think this will be a great show, and I'm looking forward to Nate Hunter making his MCW debut. I think he'll impress a few.
And so MCW, for those that don't know, Ilya is the former Eli Theseus of the parade.
Yes. And MCW's Fight to Survive on Saturday, October 25th isn't the only wrestling show in Victoria this weekend. If you're in Victoria, BCW has BCW 66 on Friday, October 24th. PCW has Slam featuring Evolution Friday, October 24th. You've got MXW Pro Wrestling's Stallwell show and the Ararat show.
Like the Stall gift.
Yeah. Sure. They're on Saturday, October 25th and Sunday, October 26th. And Lucha Fantastica has Day of the Dead Fiesta Melbourne on Saturday, October 25th. If you're not in Victoria, though, good news. There's wrestling going on around the country. If you're in the ACT, Slam Pro Wrestling League has Ultra Slam at Cypher Brewing Co. on Saturday, October 25th and Sunday, October 26th. You right there, Jeff? I know. I'm doing it. In New South Wales, PWA has Parramatta Lanes on Thursday, October 23rd. That's tonight. So if you want to go there, you're not watching us right now. Friday, October 24th and Saturday, October 25th. IWA at St. John's Park on Saturday, October 25th. And Australian Wrestling Superstars, Australian Wrestling Super Slam 2 on Saturday, October 25th. In South Australia, ACW Adelaide Championship Wrestling has Pick Your Poison on Saturday, October 25th. And PWSA has War Games on Saturday, October 25th. In Tasmania, Tasmanian Championship Wrestling's WrestleVania is on Saturday, October 25th. And in Western Australia, New Horizons Pro Wrestling Perth Australia's Trick or Treat is on Saturday, October 25th. Meanwhile, up here in Queensland, IPW Australia's Throwdown is on Saturday, October 25th. And if you're in the area, come along and see Todd and I at Wide Bay Pro Wrestling's Fight or Die, also on Saturday, October 25th. It is a monster weekend for wrestling in Australia. Get along with it.
Everyone's back to business now.
Back. Yeah. They've done their seminars and they're here to wrestle. Right?
That IWA show, Rita Stone has 3 matches scheduled for the rest of the year at IWA. One of them against Shay Cassidy. If she wins all 3 of those matches, she's undefeated in IWA this year.
Wow.
Way to jinx her.
Way to jinx her, Jamie.
What a jerk.
They put it on socials. Blame them.
And look, if you're getting excited for wrestling around Australia, as you should be, next year, here's some exciting stuff. World Series Wrestling's coming back. They've got their Rise Against tour. It's starting Friday the 15th of May at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. It's continuing on Saturday the 16th and Sunday the 17th of May at the Melbourne Pavilion. And it's wrapping up on Monday the 18th of May at Panthers Penrith. Though I'm hearing rumours that the Why Not Brisbane crowd is getting loud. There's comments saying, messaged you about Brisbane on the Facebook page. So Brisbane, make some noise. I don't know what's happening there, but tickets on sale for the shows yesterday. Those tickets are on sale now, worldserieswrestling.com.au. Hey, here's some names that's coming with that. Nick Nemeth, the World Series Wrestling champion. Not a super big surprise that he's back. But, you know, considering he's got the belt, but it's always great to see Nick Nemeth. But other people coming? Bishop Dyer, formerly known as Baron Corbin. You got the Good Brothers. You got Shotzi. This is going to be a stacked show, and we always love seeing those big talent come through and seeing some shows with the Aussie wrestlers getting to mix it up. Once again, worldserieswrestling.com.au. Tickets are on sale now for their Rise Against tour. And, man, it's just non-stop wrestling, isn't it? The fact that we've gone through all of that and we haven't even touched what's going on outside of Australia, it's ballistic. There's wrestling happening everywhere, and we talk about it here every Thursday night, twitch.tv/WrestleRadio on Making Chicken Salad. You got to be amongst it. Come, hit that follow button. Follow what Wrestle Radio Australia is going to do, because we're going to be back right after this, talking about everything that's going on around the world of wrestling. WWE, AEW, NXT, New Japan, AEW. It's all popping off, so we're going to be back to talk about it right after this.
Hey Melbourne,
WrestleBrania
is back again in 2025.
WrestleBrania
For Sunday Slam.
WrestleBrania
At the Bergie Band Room for epic Sundays over 4 months.
WrestleBrania.
Let's get ready to Brania! Starting at 7:30 p.m, August 31st, September 28th, October 26th, November 23rd. Tickets $28.05, including booking fee through OzTix.
WrestleBrania
A home of
sports entertainment.
Every show will be different, with new games, new guests, and maybe even a new host. Nothing is sacred, no one is safe, but it will be a fun and entertaining show. Or will it? Yes, it will. WrestleBrania Sunday Slam.
We done created an army. I see you haters up on me. You better back away calmly, cause my next move is alarming. Yeah, I've been working, hit the flirt with death. I've been searching, I've been hurting, almost lost my breath. Hold up. I just got some things I gotta get up off my chest. Let me talk to you. I'ma keep on fighting till I don't have nothing left. From the land of the culture, vultures, pigs harass the POTUS, rats and roaches. Wrote these scriptures with descriptions, hoping that the hopeless quote this. I'm so focused on my greatness, I don't notice all the hatred. I'm at Brooklyn after B-more, promised the hood I would make it. Y'all wanna heroes with heroes, keep bouncing back like D-Rose. I'm making 7 zeros, then mama died, I just froze. The devil captured my soul, but now I'm back. Moolah Hollywood played my role. Swear I'm gonna make this 8 9-0s and break that mold. I've been working, hit the flirt with death. I've been searching, I've been hurting, almost lost my breath. I just got some things I gotta get up off my chest. I'ma keep on fighting till I don't have nothing left. No doubt.
Stay working, stay grinding, keep moving, stay shining. One line with one ring, cover down to the bank. I'm going up like a plane. Haters complain and go down like a drain. I am that one that you cannot recruit. I captured the flag and I made them salute. Top notch, keep moving like it's hopscotch. Can't stop, don't stop like a stopwatch. They plot coming short like a crop top. I'm too hot, hit the shot before the shot clock. I see success in my range. Bang on the game like what's it you claim. You can keep talking, I walk it, I live it. I crawl till I jog, then I run till I get it.
I've been working, hit the flirt with death.
Attention, trading card collectors! Are you ready to take your collection to the next level? Dive into the action with the limited edition Australian wrestling card, showcasing the most electrifying talents Australia has to offer. Imagine owning cards featuring legends such as Robbie Eagles, Shazza McKenzie, Shane Hayes, Madison Eagles, and many, many more. But that's not all. You'll also snag cards of the iconic referees, commentators, and announcers, just like me, Lord Andy Coyne, to truly capture the spirit of Australian independent wrestling. And as our homegrown talent continues to dominate the world stage, OzRest cards are destined to become hot commodities. Not only will you be owning a valuable piece of wrestling history, but you'll also be supporting the amazing wrestlers and talented photographers behind the magic. So don't wait! Grab your Australian wrestling cards now at pariomagazine.com.au/OzRes cards. Order today and kickstart your collection with a bang!
Hey everybody, it's the Radar Superstar Cope, Adam Copeland. I got a bunch of handles. Anyway, call me what you want, but you're listening to WRA, Wrestle Radio Australia.
Welcome back to
Hey,
Making
Todd,
Chicken Salad.
Hey Todd, that White Bay promo is a really lovely piece of work, mate. Well done.
Oh, thank you, sir.
He's
Yeah,
bloody
it was really
good at
the
it.
fact that
Sorry,
I couldn't get anything for the for the ad for the show. Like, well, I've made this for the weekend. I'll just throw this in.
I do love that our ads were a thing Lachlan and Todd are involved in, a thing Jeff does, and a thing Jamie does. Like,
Yeah, put ourselves over.
Sometimes you gotta. Welcome back to Making Chicken Salad, the Wrestle Radio Australia show where we talk about everything going on around the world of wrestling. I interrupted Todd, and looking at his little grumpy face is making my day. Over in the WWE, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce announced on Monday's show that Seth Rollins would be out of action due to a shoulder injury and had been stripped of the world title. With Punk already in line for a title shot, he then announced a battle royal for Raw to determine Punk's opponent at Saturday night's main event. Jay, brother Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, and Dominic Mysterio were the final 4 competitors in the battle royal on Raw, with Jay dumping both his brother and Knight out of the ring for a double elimination. Jay then avoided a 619 attempt from Mysterio to win the match. A stare down with Punk closed Raw. I'm going to pass this to Todd. After the last time that we had Jimmy Uso with the big prize in WWE, do you see him once again becoming champion by beating CM Punk?
Jay.
No, because it was Jay that did it.
That's what I meant to say.
You're not so grumpy now, am I?
Pod rust.
Listen to it, Pod Rust, like you haven't done this for 6 years.
Someone took their time away to plan what they were going to say for every stuff up.
And it's like,
It's just
like
gonna be
Mr.
one word,
Cocky,
you can wind
Mr.
up
Cocky
good on
heading out of the break and just gives me the ammunition. He's like, here you go, Todd.
Here you go. Right, open chin, mate. Hey Todd, what do you think
they're
going to do as far as Jay going forward with the title? Do you think they're going to give him another run with it?
I don't think so. I think it's got to go to Punk. It's got to go to Punk. Jimmy's going to be involved somewhat in the finish to this, I think, because they just keep there's little things that keep happening with Jimmy and Jay, and I hope it doesn't lead to like a feud between the two, because we've already seen those matches sardiddly-uck. And, yeah. So, but like the online outrage over LA Knight not winning this thing was very interesting. Because then what would have you done? Well, you put LA Knight and Punk, you have Punk beat LA Knight? Everything is in flux at the moment. They couldn't just, obviously, just put the whole belt on Bron out of the blue. So I like the fact that Adam Pearce stood up for himself a bit and went, oh, by the way, those two aren't in the Battle Royal either. Because you're not going to get a reward for fucking taking the champion out.
Yeah.
And like as a storyline sense, I think that made a lot of sense.
It's kind of a shame that CM Punk doesn't have a guaranteed title shot a la Lockie Hendricks had a few weeks ago. Because then they could have just solved their problem straight away.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, they had it like. I like that they did it. I just. It tells me though when I looked at that, when I looked at the actual all the field for that battle royal, I'm like, they have no big heels aside from that group.
Yeah.
Aside from the Vision, there is no big heel in that match that you go, okay, this guy has a chance to win it.
Yeah, watching that match, it was like
getting babyface pops now.
Yeah, watching that as the people came out for that battle royal, like seems very mid-cardy. Like it didn't feel like there were that many guys that you were like, oh yeah, that's the next in line to be world champ.
Yeah, it was very much like going into it, you're like, okay, it's going to come down to Jimmy. It's going to come to Jay, LA Knight, maybe like I don't know who else.
Maybe Dominic.
Yeah, because he's the IC champ. But it's like, because for a second I'm just like, don't tell me they're going to give this to AJ as well.
Yeah, well, what you're referring to there is AJ Styles, now one half of the tag team champions, as he and Dragon Lee managed to win those belts on Raw. I did actually read that note as the next step here partway through. So if you saw me turn and laugh, it's because my rundown does say that AJ Lee are the new tag team champions.
Yes.
Which...
Not wrong.
AJ Lee are the tag team champions? No, not wrong.
Absolutely. This came out of nowhere, right, Jeff?
Before you move on, can I just mention one more thing about the Battle Royal? CM Punk was so incredibly entertaining on commentary. He was so funny. And his back and forth. Barrett had a fucking banger of a show on Monday. He was so funny. Like, he consistently...
They are low-key. Him and old mate, I can't remember his name, is Tessitore, are low-key the best commentary team in WWE at the moment, I think.
Oh, funny.
Am I right in saying that Punk had like a funny line about El Grande and are we calling him Chad Gable or not?
Yeah. They're like, no, it's been proven he's not Chad Gable.
The nipples are all different.
Punk and Barrett sort of having some fun, just clearly trying to pop each other. That was great. Oh, he was so...
Are they cheering for AJ Styles or AJ's husband? Because I'm AJ's husband.
Yeah.
Alex Fireheart in chat asking if they're going to call AJ Styles and Dragon Lee the Phenomenal Dragons. Personally, my prediction is they're going to be called Phenomenally, because that seems like the worst option, and I think WWE likes to go with that. Have we got any others?
That does seem like a very WWE name.
No, that would be an AEW tag team with Keith Lee.
Yeah, that's very true.
But Keith Lee ever wrestled again.
This came out of complete nowhere, right, Jeff? Do you have any thoughts on this other than what the hell?
I think they're going to wind up diving into the AJ Lee thing personally, because I don't think, it's funny. It's kind of funny. And Punk can react to it and have fun with it. I'm fine with this because I think I read somewhere that Judgment Day had defended them twice. So as long as this actually freshens up the tag division, I'm all about it. They definitely need to switch some of the tag teams on SmackDown doing nothing, switch them over to Raw.
Yeah, there was a dearth of tag teams in Raw at the moment, and they really need to boost that up.
And you've got so many teams that could just be in that picture. Like, why isn't it Street Profits?
And also, you got like 3 months. What is it? October. You got 3 months to kill really before the official last year of AJ starts. So why wouldn't you just give him a tag title run here with someone like Dragon Lee, they'll put on great matches together against whoever they have to get in the ring with, and not to mention the fact that like this match was a banger that they lost the title in too. Like Balor and fucking Big Head.
McDonough.
God, they're a good tag team.
Massive head.
It's a massive head.
He is.
And
I knew exactly who you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
He's cranially endowed.
There you go. Yeah.
He's got a lot of wrestling IQ to keep in there.
He has a dome
ultimately
that Xander Sullivan would be jealous of. and that's a kid with a dome right there.
Ultimately, if like this match and potentially a feud ends up leading to AJ Styles versus Finn Balor, I'm all aboard for that. Because their matches in New Japan were incredible.
And they did one. There was one where I think it was going to be Finn Brock, and Brock was sick, so they threw AJ in there, and they were both faces at the time, and I think the old man was still running the company. You know, the Senor guy, but
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. I think they let. That's so funny. I think they let Cole and whoever the offsider was call it. Like, he shut up and just said, do what you want. So, you know, it was a great match. So I'm sure in his last year, Balor is probably earmarked to be one of the people he's facing. I'm positive of it.
Yeah,
because I imagine they'll run back as many Bullet Club things as they can.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, speaking of people who show up and have incredible matches with very little warning, Dragunov is back. He won the US title on SmackDown, the return of Ilya Dragunov, and our new US champion. Todd, what do you think of Dragunov holding the US title?
I think he went to AJ's fitness trainer before he went out there because he was massive. If you're going to do something like Sammy was doing every week with an open challenge like that, that is the perfect way to quote-unquote end it. By bringing back someone who like puts on nothing but cracker matches. So you're going to know every defense you see of that title from now on is going to be an absolute banger. The one thing I do like about it is at least they've replaced someone who's going to put on your best match of the show with someone else who can put on the best match of the show against as many different people as possible. So I like that they've done that, and they're almost making that US title like what we would talk about the Intercontinental title in MCW.
Yeah.
Like that's your workers title right there. If you're putting on people like Sammy and now Ilya, that's, you know what I mean? You're not going to get much better than that going forward. And just the matchups that he can have now is going to be very interesting to see.
And what I like about Ilya is they painted him very much as a tweener. He wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. Yeah, they showed each other respect. It was nice. But you can see he's very much, I'm here and I'm going to kick your fucking head in. Get out of my way. I'm going to kick your fucking head in. And that's the kind of worker that I love. I first saw Dragunov many years ago in Progress when he went up against Pete Dunne. And it was fantastic. Like, it was just brilliant. And hopefully they run that back at some point as well. You know, Dunn takes off the mask, comes out as a surprise challenge, and then goes back under the mask. No problem. Everyone will enjoy that. I couldn't think of anyone better. I agree with you, Todd. If you're going to take that belt off Sammy, give it to someone who is equally gifted as he is, and, you know, in a different way. Dragunov absolutely gifted.
He went to AJ's gym and then Cody Rhodes' tattooist.
Yes, he
I
did.
don't know. No, it's a much nicer tattoo than Cody's.
It's better than Cody's. It's not great, but it's better than Cody's.
Yeah.
Better than Cody's.
I'm talking more the positioning.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's great. I also have seen Dragunov live at PWG, and that dude hits incredibly hard. So it's going to be cool to see him out there. And am I right in saying that the original plan was for Sammy to win, and Sammy was like, mm-mm. If we're going to have this guy come back, he has to win.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me because, like, you don't get someone who's quite happy to lose wrestling matches as much as Sammy. He's always happy to do the job. And face it, they can now go and.
I know it's like not on the cards now, but Drew McIntyre and Ilya.
No.
Oh.
If they announce a best of 7, like between Ilya and Sammy, I'm there for that. You know what I mean? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, they're two guys that could top it every single time.
Oh yeah, not just
absolutely,
not just Drew and Ilya, but like SmackDown's got some really, really good workers. You could even say, "Hey, Sheamus, you want to go up against Dragunov?" Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that whole Bangers crew, all of them.
And of course, Wild Angel speculating on Walter versus Dragunov 3. Like that's everyone knows that's money.
That's when you hold off till a Mania or some shit.
They're holding that for a Mania world title match, I think.
And also, I hate to be that guy, but it's not 3. They have faced each other a surprising amount of times in WXW over there in Germany.
Yeah.
So they know each other really well, and they'll always get a good match out of each other.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of holding things for Mania, Mania has been held off from one city in the US now that they did the double Vegas and the Saudi Arabia. So New Orleans has the backup plan. They've been announced as the host city for Money in the Bank in September 2026. Lucky them. Jamie, what do you think of the fact that this puts a really long distance between Money in the Bank events? Because we had one in June this year, and we're not getting another one till September next year. Do you think that's like a good distance for Money in the Bank, or should it be a more regular thing?
I don't mind like the pay-per-views shuffling around slightly. Like obviously your big 4 have to be in those same spots, but I don't mind the others kind of shuffling around. I like that they're announcing these card like dates well in advance, but my worry also is we've all seen that if a city or a country comes in and backs up the money truck, they will quite happily drop that city and move somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know if they
so
can
don't
do it twice.
don't book your
I don't know if you can
travel
do it
and
twice,
tickets just yet.
Yeah, an interesting one. I'll tell you the thing for me with these announcements is always some of these arena names now. Like, what is it? The Crypto Arena is great, but seeing that Money in the Bank is going to happen at the Smoothie King Center just really delights me in a way that I don't know how to describe.
Hey,
The Dunkin' Donuts Dome and the, you know what I mean?
I've been to the Smoothie King Arena for both.
Yeah, you have.
I have, because it was WrestleMania 30. So
Yeah, I don't think it was the Smoothie King Arena then, though.
Yes, it was. Yes, it fucking was. 2014, it was the Smoothie King Arena. And they, it was really funny because we get there and they're like, oh, you're going to watch the wrestling? You've got to go down there to Smoothie King. And I was like, Smoothie King? We're getting royal ice creams?
So I believe the Superdome is like next to the Smoothie King Center, right?
That's it.
That sounds about right.
The Mercedes-Benz one, is it still called that now?
It's called the Caesars Superdome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they've changed.
I think Little Caesars have got it.
Yeah, Alex Firehart says Smoothie King Arena sounds like a venue Los Ice Creams would compete in. I was going to say that there was some mean kids at school that used to call me the Smoothie King. I don't know what that was a bit like. This is just, it just makes me giggle. I don't know what
about you screams smooth, my friend.
Maybe the brain.
Yeah.
Shit.
Wow.
Holy boy, that was dark.
Live on stream. Jesus. All right. I'm going to stop talking about that.
Hey, kids, want to see a dead body?
It's okay. I'm allowed to say that because he has to be nice to Jamie.
Yeah. Do you know what I like, though? Because I get like stats, right? And as soon as he's called you that, like 3 people
I saw the
liked
lights
this show.
Oh, damn. Okay, NXT Halloween Havoc's coming up. Let's move on, please. Card for that so far. As Leon Slater and Javon Evans taking on the team of Mr. Iguana and La Parka, you've got the NXT Women's North American Championship with Zarya defending on behalf of Sol Ruka against Blake Monroe. In a Day of the Dead match, the NXT North American Champion Ethan Page is going to defend against Elliot Dr. Wagner Jr. In a Broken Rules match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, the Hardys are going to defend against Dark State. In an NXT Women's Championship match, JC Jane is going to defend against Tatum Paxley. And for the NXT Championship, Ricky Saints defending against Trick Williams. I'm going to pass it to Mr. Jamie Apps. What do you think of the return of the Broken Hardys?
I'm good. I'm good with the Broken Hardys, thanks.
Yeah.
Is it going to be is it a cinematic match? Because if it is, it's probably the best way to use them.
I would imagine that's what it is. That's generally what all the Broken Hardys matches are.
Yeah, because it's called a Broken Rules match, so that would make sense to me.
So
or
it's
maybe
probably
like
the best use of them.
It might be
Especially
one of
Dark
those
State.
like half in the arena, half cinematic match, like they did with the House of Horrors match, where it like starts cinematic and then finishes in the arena, or some nonsense like that. Like
that was something silly like that.
I am keen to watch Javon and Leon Slater tag again.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
That's one thing I am keen to see.
Especially against a team that's going to be a lot of fun, like Mr. Iguana and La Parka. Like, that's going to be enjoyable. Macho Man Andy Savage in the chat saying, Zarya better be turning heel and it better be epic. Everything she said about Sol being selfish and belt hunting came true when Sol was injured during Zarya's tag title match. Everything that Zarya and Sol are building is really interesting. I was saying just before, the clip where Sol is standing there with the broken leg and Zarya F5's Blake Monroe and then just snatches the title and goes over. It's so perfectly done. I'm really enjoying the work they're doing there. Jeff, is there anything else you're excited for on this card?
To be honest, I'm really excited to see Ricky Saints against Trick Williams. They're both doing fantastic work. Ricky is a babyface champion. Is chef kiss good? Like, he is really, really good. And considering the Ricky Saints character over there in AEW, it's good to see that he's got this path and he's sticking with the path and it's really working for him. Because AEW sometimes had a tendency to switch him more than the Big Show. I think this will be great. I think top to bottom, this is going to be a fantastic show. JC Jane against Tatum Paxley has me so interested.
I'm very interested to see if JC actually wrestles that match.
Yeah, because she got hurt too. I think.
Yeah, and she didn't do anything on NXT this week. She backed away and let her partners do all the fighting. So it's gonna be maybe she's like a game time decision about wrestling, and they'll figure it out if they have to.
Figure it out.
That Ethan Page, El Hijo, Dr. Wagner Jr. is going to be a banger as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. And as for the tag match, what is probably going to be the opening tag match, Leon Slater and Javon Evans against Iguana and La Parka, is going to be nuts. That's just going to be bizarre and fun and high-flying, nutsy fun. But there's a match there that can get fucked. Like, I don't want to see the Hardys wrestle, and even less do I want to see a Broken Rules match. No, go away. Stop. Please stop. It's a diminishing law of returns, and the crowds are going.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is.
I want to touch on what you said about AEW and their Big Show style face heel turning. There is one thing that AEW like to do more often than that switch, though. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. AEW is hosting a tournament. There's an AEW Women's World Tag Team Title Tournament bracket announced. Over on the left side, we've got the first match being Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata taking on the team of Julia Hart and Sky Blue, as well as the team of Mercedes Moné and Athena taking on Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. Meanwhile, on the right side of the bracket is Rio and Alex Windsor taking on the team of Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and the team of Anna Jay and Tay Mello taking on Penelope Ford and Megan Bain. Really quickly, I know we're from a distance here, and there's some interesting teams that are probably leading to other storylines. Do we want to make some predictions here? Jamie, who do you think is going to be the first women's world tag team champions?
So I would hope it's Anna Jay and Tay Mello, but I don't think it will be. I think the final will be Mercedes and Athena versus Tony and Mina.
Yep.
And Tony and Mina win.
Yeah,
which
poor
I
Athena's going to take
don't like.
JOB on that one.
I hope it leads to Mercedes versus Athena in ROH, since they're both ROH champions now.
I was going to say that is
Do you
literally...
think Monet is ever going to show up on a TV show branded ROH?
I don't think it'll be a TV show. I think it'll be one of their pay-per-views. Their final battle.
Yeah, it'll have to be one of their fucking pay-per-views.
Yeah. No, that's my exact prediction is Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa beating Mercedes and Athena in the final. Todd, Jeff, any alternate predictions?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you know it's Athena taking the job too. You know she's taking the pin for that.
I just feel like Anna and Tay were the original women's tag team. They kind of deserve it.
Jeff?
I think it yeah. I agree. I actually would really love to see Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron win this, because I think Willow deserves a belt. She's so fucking good, and Harley has come along leaps and bounds in ring. You know,
Harley deserves a belt,
really...
but
Willow's and those two are meshing so well together after like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's the thing with Harley. Harley just whoever you put her with, it's like makes sense. It shouldn't, but it makes sense.
Yeah, she finds a way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they have the first round match up against Monet and Athena. So
so they're screwed.
Sorry, ladies. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And speaking of AEW results, let's look at the results from WrestleDream that happened this past Saturday. FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood with Stokely, defeated Jet Speed, Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. Jamie Hayter defeated Tekla in the $500,000 tag team match. Jurassic Express, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus defeated the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, in an AEW World Trios title #1 contendership Tornado 6-man tag match, because we need these match titles to be as long as possible. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, MVP, and Shelton Benjamin beat The Demand, Bishop Khan, Ricochet, and Toa Leona. An AEW TNT title match had Kyle Fletcher defend against Mark Briscoe. An AEW Women's World title match had Chris Statlander defend her belt against Tony Storm. In an AEW TBS title, Ring of Honor Interim Women's World Champion television title match, Mercedes Moné defeated Mina Shirakawa. To become both of those become a 12-time champion at the moment, I think.
Talk about a bait and switch, though. I defend against any champion. And so it's an ROH interim champion.
Yeah, that was such a dud reveal.
It really was.
It's the same as when she did it at Jacksonville, and it was Caden Carter. And it was like, oh, okay, it's just someone on the roster.
Yeah.
After that, we had an AEW
the biggest rumor for that one. The biggest rumor for that one. It was going to be that what was the name? The Bailey superfan, who's now a wrestler. Izzy
Moreno.
There was a massive rumor that she was going to take that challenge, which would have been huge. That would have been a great TV.
It's a great get for AEW, and it's a great moment for Izzy, because it's like, she was the NXT kid.
Yeah,
and it's a nice moment. It's a nice moment if you know, but if you don't, you're going to be going. When the curtain first arises, is not explained to you, you're going to be going, who's that?
Yeah, but that's right up the AEW fans' alley.
It is. That's true.
That's Tony Khan booking right there. You should know everything that's happened ever, and
like,
know that could happen at any time.
Also, was that less true with who they did have?
Yeah, no.
Oh no,
the reaction was kind of like, huh?
Yeah. Right. Continuing on with these WrestleDream results, AEW World Tag Team title match, Bandito and Brody King managed to defeat the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, to retain in an AEW World
Never give up. Never give up.
In an AEW World title match, Adam Page defended the title against Samoa Joe, and in the main event, an I Quit match, Darby Allin defeated Jon Moxley with Marina Shafir, and claimed that he would die for this company, which for a man that has almost died several times, maybe speaking too close to the sun, is my thought.
Maybe accurate.
Yeah. Any big thoughts about WrestleDream before we move on?
Yeah.
Overall, pretty solid.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
that tag match. Fucking watch that tag match. Like, wow, just brilliant. I didn't know the Hurt Syndicate. No, I'm joking. What's the Broditos against Takeshita and Okada? It's fucking phenomenal, and it's good storytelling as well. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
You're telling me the team of Takeshita and Okada had a good match?
Yeah,
well, unlikely.
Well, you know what? You know what, though? In 2025, that's something you can say. Because you don't know which Okada's going to show up.
Yeah, whether there's going to be working boots on or not.
Takeshita is one thing, but like Okada's like, yeah, maybe today. Sorry.
I pressed the wrong button.
And unsurprisingly, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe was a fucking masterclass. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
They just fantastic.
The main event, I didn't enjoy all that much. I felt the way it was structured was just weird. And obviously, I don't understand why you would even book this match in Missouri, who have a very strict athletic commission where you cannot have blood, you cannot go in the crowd. It's like, well, you just took away half of Moxley's MO.
Yeah.
But you did get Old Man Sting.
Oh, I thought it was Santa Claus.
Which is another thing, right? Like, AEW fans never talk about WWE bringing back old people. You just brought back how old is he? 60-something now? To save the babyface. You just brought back Old Man Sting, which, like, cool. But the dude took out 4 people.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Top roster. Sorry.
Because we did talk about...
Also the world title thing was just weird. Like, if you were going to do that and a beatdown on Adam Page, why wouldn't you have done that before the pay-per-view? So then coming into it, you've already got Samoa Joe really, like, heated up as a heel. Like, I just didn't understand that.
And it does give the belt, it gives the match more stakes if one of them's a clear heel and one's a clear face. I've said that multiple times. So, you know, it would have made more sense. I agree with you on that. Bell to bell, the action in this show was tremendous. I didn't like the last match either. I don't need to see Darby Allin hurting himself anymore. You know, he's a young man. Let him live a life.
Yeah, but, like, dude he's a different cat. Like, if you saw him on...
made of rubber, I think.
If you saw him on Ariel Helwani's show, he's not all there.
No.
Like, he's just not... He's not there.
Yeah, can I have a glass of water? And then they bring it out and he just goes... Bleh.
Pours on his head. I'm like, okay, cool. Well
He's
done.
a big
I remember
Jeff
Jackass too.
He was on that, like, I injured myself during sex show. So, like, you know... There's a history of the man being interesting. Moving on, we talked about AEW doing a tag tournament. Well, how about a tag league? That's right. The Super Junior Tag League has been announced, and we've got the bracket as reported by F4W Online. So if one Mr. Eagles is in the chat to correct us, you cannot blame us. Over in A block.
He's wrestling right now in this tournament.
Yeah, this is happening right now.
In that case,
in the A block, we've got the team of Daoki and Sho, who are the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions, Ryusuke Taguchi and Dragon Dia. This is their second consecutive entry. And then debuts from Yo and Master Wato, who obviously are going to win. Templario and Jacob Austin Young, Clark Connors and Daiki Nagai, and Hiromu Takahashi and Gato. And over in B block, you've got the 2024 tournament winners in their third entry, Ichiban Sweet Boys, Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita, as well as the teams of Taji Ishimori and Robbie X, who are making their second consecutive entry, and debut entries from El Desperado and Kukai, Tiger Mask and Yamato, Kushida and Yuri Ishiko. I totally stuffed that one up, sorry. Yuri Yoshioka and Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Dick Togo also making their debut entry. Round robin match
last week too.
It's moments like this that I'm really glad you're back. Anyway,
yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, oh, I missed this.
Round robin matches that are going to be split up amongst 8 shows, and that's going to end on November 1 in Osaka. I mean, I was going to say predictions, but I think we all just hope and pray that it's Ichiban Sweet Boys because they're our sweet boys, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But we were going to do predictions just to do them.
Yes. Let's do predictions. Let's start it with Jamie because we all predicted the same thing for the AEW tag tournament. So let's have an actual prediction here. Jamie, who are you picking?
For overall winner?
For overall winner. If you want to do an A block and a B block, let's do an A block and a B block and an overall.
Do we have
just to make? Todd, I'll type it out. I'll do it, Todd.
Good.
I'll do the work. Does that make it better for you, mate?
Yes, because my neck's fucked at the moment. Every time I reach forward to type, I get pins and needles in my arm. All right? You want to look at it? You want to peek behind the curtain? That's what's happening right now.
You want to get that scene too, brother? Please.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, I'm getting it seen too.
A block, I'm going to go kind of left of center and say Templario and Jacob Austin Young.
Yep.
B block, I will say... I want to say Ichiban, but I'm going to say Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X.
Ooh, very nice. Yep. And then who do you think is going to win of Templario and JAY versus Ishimori and Robbie X?
Ishimori and Robbie X.
Interesting. Jeff, who have you got?
Despite my emotional outburst earlier, I'm even more emotional that I will not be picking Yo and Master Watto for
I know,
it's just now. I actually think Connors and Nagai are gonna take A block as a debut. I think they're going to. Yeah, that's a good idea, Locke. I think they're going to go ahead and take that.
Behind the scenes, everyone, I just discovered the copy-paste functionality of Google Docs. Revolution.
And yeah, B block, I have to go with the Ichiban Sweet Boys. I really do. And I reckon they're going to win. I think they're going to do it back-to-back, leading to them taking back the junior heavyweight.
I also think the Ichiban Sweet Boys are going to win B block, and I think we're going to have Takahashi and Gato go the whole way. Why not?
God.
Why not? Because, sometimes you've just got to go, you know what? Something that I don't want is probably what they're going to do. So let's see that happen.
It's funny you mentioned that.
New Japan booking, that would not surprise me at all.
But it's funny you mentioned that, Lachlan, because one of my little medicinal cartridges has been missing since you visited Melbourne, and now I know where it's gone.
And I'm loving Takahashi and Gato as a team, mate. Andy Savage in chat saying, that sounds awful. You're probably right, Lachlan. Todd, what have you got?
I think Block A, Doki and Show.
Having the chance to win is probably a good call.
Not a bad call.
Yep.
And
B block.
I wanted to pick Ishimori, Robbie. I wanted to pick Ishimori, but I'm not. I'm going to go Despy.
Oh,
Despy and Kakai.
Just for a darkie. Just for a bit
Desperado,
of
a dark horse. Are you kidding?
Well, it's a debut entry.
It's the
first time in thing, Jamie. All right.
It's not something you think
Calm
of,
down,
Jamie.
Mate. Calm down, dashing Jamie Apps.
So does that mean you think Doki and Show are taking it?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll tell you what, it is fun that we've all got different overall winners predicted, and it's going to make it fun. You know, we get to see what happens. We like stuff that's fun. Over here, we call it chicken salad. But to get to our chicken salad, first we have to go through our chicken shit. So I'll pass over to Jamie first of all. What shat your chicken this week, mate?
I mentioned that WrestleDream main event that was horrible, but then the follow-up today on Dynamite, where they've basically just teased that everything is going to have rematches for the next.
I did hear that.
Next month of stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Because we're doing. They basically said that Hangman is going to face Joe again. Fletcher is going to face Mark Briscoe again. They're kind of teasing that direction.
You kind of knew that coming out of that pay-per-view that was going to happen just because of how that match ended.
Yeah, but not Fletcher and Briscoe. Like, this will be their 6th time.
Yeah. I got this weird feeling that's going to end up being a career versus title match.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably.
And then the Mercedes Statlander thing is essentially just what we just did with Mercedes and Tony. I'm like, okay, we're just out of ideas for the year, TK, so we're just treading water until we get to, hopefully, WrestleDream is like a big blow-off show.
Yeah, I just don't. You mean World's End?
Oh yeah, World's End. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I just hope. I just really hope. I don't want to see Mercedes win another title, like another title. So,
I think now that she's broken the record, it should start to be. She can't win the women's world title, and that just leads to her losing her mind and the downfall of dropping belts left, right, and center.
Well, do you know what my biggest fear is? And this is also, it works well because this is my chicken shit for the week. It's not the fact that she's won all these titles. I'm good on the promotions that want to do this to try and get themselves a little bit more recognition and get their belt on a national televised TV show. That's great. My biggest fear is I wonder how many of these 12 belts she's actually going to not vacate and go there and actually put somebody over for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to see. Like, I'm not going to... This is like a... It's not so much a chicken shit, it's a pre-shit. It's a dodgy fart going to the toilet.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to call it shit yet until I see her...
It's a chicken bellyache.
Yeah, until, like, you get that noise, that gurgle. A belly gurgle. Because until I start seeing the like, press releases is like, Mercedes is vacating this championship because of blah, blah, blah. Like, the only thing that I will sort of, like, let go is if she gets injured. Because that kind of
Alex Fireheart
I think,
brought that up. Like, part of the issue is if she does get injured, that's a lot of titles to vacate.
Yeah, but that also happened with Matt Cardona.
That's true.
I think he got injured and like had to vacate a lot.
Yeah, when he did his pec.
Yeah, which like is cool, but like with her, I kind of want her to put people over to do that, because it's all well and good that she wins these titles and brings like prominence to that promotion. It doesn't really help the wrestlers in that promotion unless she comes back and then drops it to them. Do you know what I mean? And that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is that all these titles are just going to get vacated along the way, because I can't go to Belfast and defend the title this time. I can't go to blah, blah. I can't, like, sorry, I can't be there. Here's your belt back. So, yeah, that's my chicken shit, because I was just, and also, like, an addendum to the chicken shit is, like, her winning an ROH title is just another wrestler you will never see on ROH TV winning one of their titles. Mm-hmm. And not only that, it's a fucking TV title.
Yeah. An interim TV title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, chicken shit.
So I have a mate who was in Perth, had a lovely time, said it was great. I think they went to the EPW show and said that was wonderful. But there were people swanning in to the WWE merch stands, buying up a shit ton of Cena merch, who are now hawking it at an exorbitant price online. That's just shocking. When you got kids who've probably saved their pocket money or a young guy that's worked hard, or a young lady that's worked hard and wants to go, or a young non-binary friend that's worked hard and wants to go and spend some money on a hard-earned Cena shirt, and some asshole in front of you has just bought up most of them.
You think there would have been some sort of a fucking limit?
Apparently, it was very lax, and it's particularly happening with the spinner belts. The John Cena last time is now spinner belts.
Yeah, look, I don't give a shit about that. Let them buy their fucking seven fucking $500 belts. If you want to spend that money, go and spend it, dickhead. But if you walked up to a counter and go, I want
50 of the t-shirt,
larges, fucking 5 fucking larges, I'll be like, sorry, there's a five t-shirt limit.
Or even 2 shirts per person.
But apparently, I don't know if there was, but apparently this was going on, and now they're just talking about it. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't make Perth look good. It doesn't make Australia look good. It just fucking, pull your head in a bit.
Yeah, but
unfortunately, that's collector mentality these days of this shit's rare, I'm going to buy as many of them as I can and sell it. And it sucks.
Good luck, because I thought that shit was the shits anyway.
Yeah.
I hope they get stuck. I hope they bought all of those shirts and all of those belts and get stuck with them and have to end up selling them at a loss. Don't buy them.
I know people that got caught with certain things, and from the AEW show, and I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah, they kind of got caught with them, and I'm like, oh, sucks to be you, bro.
Yeah.
If someone's trying to hawk it for insane amounts, just don't buy it. They'll eventually drop the price.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Or go to the WWE shop, because I'm sure they probably sell somewhere.
For an exorbitant price.
Yeah.
My chicken shit's a bit of a downer. I want to say that I'm positive that this is going in the right direction rather than being left to fester. But it's GCW owner Brett Lauderdale has taken to X with the following message. Quote, Nick Gage will not be attending any shows for the foreseeable future. He is currently in treatment and plans to stay indefinitely. Another quote, any promoters that have made deposits for shows will be made whole as soon as possible. Expect an update directly from the man himself when the time is right. So for context to this, Gage has had a challenging year. Apparently several things happening, but most notably his partner and wife of 26 years, Sondra Culbertson, passed away earlier this year. So Nick Gage seems to not be in a great place at the moment. Thankfully, he is in treatment and getting help, which is good, but it always sucks when people are in that position. And
if you'd seen the Dark Side of the Ring, the episode with him in it, you know how close he is with it's his wife, but how much she affected his life to a positive way. So I can
with his history, she really pulled him out of that place.
Yeah, exactly.
And it also illustrates in that Dark Side of the Ring how close to the precipice as an individual Nick Gage is. And, I just hope that he's okay. I agree with you, and I think that is a really nice, in some ways, a nice chicken shit.
That's right. I'm maybe happier to be having my chicken shit be that he's getting treatment than for him to have not gotten treatment and things get worse.
It was a good, clean, snap chicken shit, if you like.
Thanks for the transition out of the mood there, Jeff. Really appreciate that. That'll take us to our chicken salad then. My goodness. All right. Jamie, you went first for the shit. You get to go first for the salad. What's been brightening your wrestling week?
This one I might have stolen this one from Lachlan. Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker opening a wrestling-themed board game cafe coffee shop thing. Looks awesome.
Yep.
And it's just fun. I like wrestling fun.
Jamie, did you mention that the cafe is called Victory Roll?
I did not, but that's a great name.
Do you see that they have a belt on the wall so that if you win a game, you can hold it up and it says Meeple's Champion? It's really good. Clearly they care about this and it's super cool. I've got other chicken salad, but it is so cool to see people chasing a passion like that.
And it's just fun. Clearly something that they enjoy. It's not just, we can make money off this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of
but come on, it's a board game. I mean, really.
Who'd care about
Who
it?
cares about board games anyway, Lachlan?
You do one or two podcasts and you just give it up. That's how bad it is.
Todd, chicken salad, mate.
Chicken salad, like, it's not Aussie wrestling, but it's something that I stumbled upon. I didn't stumble upon it because I've been following for a little bit, but I more caught it live this week. Evil Uno has got a promotion called Mystery Wrestling.
It's the best.
And if you just want to switch your brain off and watch something that's wrestling but still, like, funny, go and check that out. Like, I just love, they did, like, and I've only seen the opening match of it, so I've got it, like, saved so I can watch it. I've got the day off tomorrow, so I'm probably going to watch it tomorrow. But they did, like, a mystery four-way, and instead of having everyone sitting in the back waiting for the music to warn and them coming out, they literally had them in the ring with cloaks and hoods on and would reveal themselves then to be... and, like, the first reveal was the Progress... Is that the Ultra Champion? The heavy, super heavyweight? It was like, he was so like, oh, I guess this is a title match then for the Progress. And then they like revealed different people. I just loved it. It was really good.
Mystery wrestling.
I love the
is so
concept
much fun.
of mystery wrestling, of just like, we don't announce jack, you just come in and have a good time.
Well, there used to be a Progress Christmas show that every year was an unannounced card. And Jim Smallman would famously walk out and go, "You've got no idea what's happening, neither do I." You know, of course he did.
Yeah, well, I
but
mean,
it
that's
was kind of
basically what fucking New Year's Dash is, isn't it? For New Japan.
Yeah.
No one knows what it is. It's just here we go.
There's a couple of
These
things that
wrestlers
Mystery Wrestling have done that I've loved. I don't know if we might have talked about it recently, but they had the longest match of all time. They went for the record, raising money for charity. There was, I think it was like 27 hours or something. But there's some of those clips from Mystery Wrestling every time I see them. And I'm sure you guys have seen where the guy goes, it's a hardcore match, and the guy goes for the Eddie Guerrero spot. He does the chair in the ring, and then he throws it to the guy and falls down, and the guy just watches the chair go, shrugs, and then there's a door resting against the turnbuckle, and he just throws himself into the door. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It gets me every time.
My favorite one was, and I can't tell you who was in the match off the top of my head, but one of them was like Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah.
But the only way Sasquatch could get out of the ring was by stepping over the top rope. So this guy would get out of the ring, let the Sasquatch top over the top rope, hit the ground. As soon as he hit the ground, he would roll back into the ring. So then the Sasquatch have to get up and get back over the top. And as soon as he got back over, he rolled back out of the ring again. It's just dumb humor, which I just love. I like my wrestling serious, but when you're going into it knowing that this is going to be dumb, that's great.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, Jeff, chicken salad.
Obviously, earlier tonight, if you were watching, I was rather emotional about the end of Dave Storm's career. And I think for a moment watching that match and getting emotional about it, I was a child again. I felt like I did when Roddy Piper made me laugh so hard I was crying. And I think that is the ability to have that is wonderful. The ability to have that moment is always, always nice. And I think that's partly why we do this week after week, is to recapture some of that naivety in childhood where you believe in what you're seeing a little more. So that's kind of wonderful. But what really is wonderful is WrestleGabby. Her video discussing the Roxy Riot and talking about how she did it as a fan, and the fact that the Roxy Riot is coming back next year, and she said wonderful things about Xtina. It was just beautiful. Yeah, I don't care. It was just
We've got hate.
A beautiful, beautiful moment and a lovely, lovely video. I know WrestleGabby listens in occasionally, but thank you so much, mate. What you did.
I said to her, I messaged her, during the weekend, I said, you need to get a photo of you and Christina together so I can put it up on all our socials and promote that. So the one thing she didn't get on the weekend was a photo with her and Christina.
It was the one person she didn't get a photo with.
Yeah, there's a photo with where they're together in it, but there's not that thing.
And there's other people.
Yeah, I'm like, you had one job, Gabby.
You had one job. But what a beautiful initiative. Both Dave and Slater were really embracing of it, and I think it's just wonderful. And good for them. I'm glad it's back next winter for the camp. And you're a credit to wrestling, Gabby. You really
well and truly.
You're inspiring and a credit. And I feel wonderful to be able to highlight the good work you're doing. Thank you.
Alex Firehart in the chat with Bear Chicken Salad brought this up when other wrestlers have retired, but aside from the Davis-Don match being as good as it was, thank God Davis Storm got to, and hopefully through, his retirement match without getting injured. You love to see a wrestler retiring on their own terms without the universe deciding it has other ideas. Yeah, absolutely true.
God knows it tried.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been through it. Not to beat a dead horse, but I was feeling a little bit down on wrestling in general over the past maybe month or so. I think being in Melbourne, knowing how fun everything was in Perth had me, a little sad. And then we watch so much wrestling that I feel like sometimes we're just watching wrestling again. And sometimes you need to kind of re-spark that joy with wrestling. And I feel like within the past 5 days, 6 days, I guess, I have had that completely re-sparked by 2 shows. And that's This Is Our House and Pro Wrestling League, Enter the Grindhouse. Those 2 shows have completely gotten me back from, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about wrestling at the moment, to, man, I love wrestling. The Davis match is one of my favorite matches that I've ever watched because of the emotions in it for me. Like, I know that that's not necessarily objective, but it was incredible. And then Pro Wrestling League, and Todd can attest to this, like the main event of that show is one of the wildest in-person matches I've ever seen in my life. 5-on-5 cage match, and just so much stupid Mitch Ryder leapfrogging a ladder from the top rope. Like, seeing that stuff up close is ridiculous. It's absolutely unreal to get that kind of quality of show. And not just the main event, top to bottom. I'll highly recommend when that PWL show does come out, watch it for the shortest incredible match I've seen in a long time, which is Solomon Blackwell versus Andre Irons, who I think went for about 4 minutes and blew the roof off the place. Absolutely just delightful stuff. And I like when my chicken salad gets to be, I love professional wrestling. And right now, off the back of those 2 shows, I love professional wrestling. So if you want to be in that space, absolutely keep an eye on the Pro Wrestling League YouTube, but also get over to the EPW Vimeo. If you Google Explosive Pro Wrestling Vimeo, you should be able to find it, or you can follow the link in the description of this YouTube video or podcast, or however you're accessing this show. And while you're accessing this show, hey, subscribe to us. Subscribe to Wrestle Radio Australia. It's free. You do it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podcast Addict, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can hit that subscribe button and get notified whenever we've got a new show out, download it automatically, all of that good stuff. If you're on Apple Podcasts and you could give us a 5-star review, that really helps us get into more ears, helps spread the love of Australian wrestling around. Another way to spread the love of Australian wrestling around and spread the love of WRA is to wear some merch of us. You can head on over to Redbubble, search for Wrestle Radio Australia. The merch there doesn't have proceeds going to us, it has proceeds going to Beyond Blue and Gotcha for Life, which are awesome charities that support mental health here in Australia. And if you're looking for merch, I encourage you to head to kickout.com.au, where you can find merch of your favorite Queensland wrestlers and growingly merch from wrestlers around the country. If you're an Australian wrestler, you want to get your merch on there, head on over to the Kickout Instagram page, shoot them a message, and they can help you out there. It's an awesome awesome little place. And while we're talking about social media for Kickout, we've got social media too. You can follow us at Wrestle Radio AU on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us at Wrestle Radio Australia on Facebook. I'm at Lachlan Albert. Todd's at Beast Eastman. Jamie is at Jamie Apps Media. Jeff has the at Wrestle_Brainia tag. Jeff, WrestleBrainia? Question mark?
Question mark answered. We are on this Sunday at the Bergie Band Room with Liam LJ Jumpets. The magician is one of our guests. He's an incredible comedy wrestler and magician. Really fun. We have Matt Ellsbury, a fantastic Melbourne comedian. We have Bros. We have Tony Shabecki. And we have.
I've got faith in Tony. I really do. I've got faith in him. I think he's going to surprise you.
I'm thrilled to tell you that we have Tommy Hellfire. And you know how you remember earlier I mentioned that Nate Hunter was making his MCW debut on Saturday night? On Sunday night, Nate's making his WrestleBrania debut. This one's going to be insane. It's going to be so much fun.
What a weekend for that week.
Nate is one of our favourites, so it's going to be really, really fun. Don't miss it. Grab it.
So this is what, your second last?
This will be the second last show of the year. We're doing one late November as our sort of a Christmas, bit of a Christmas.
Yeah.
I remember Gladiators. Hey, Jamie. And I'm not going to finish it on that. WrestleBrania is one of my favorite wrestling things. It's always a delight. Absolutely get along to it. Jamie, tell us about Paria Magazine. Tell us about The Hive. Tell us about Oz Wrestling Cards.
Paria Magazine, the latest issue is out and featuring EPW's Damian Slater. What am I talking about?
Well done, Lachlan.
I'm tired.
He's got pod rust, guys.
Yeah, I'm tired. I've been talking too much today. And then Oz Rest cards are out now, featuring people like Rita Stone.
The boy's been through a lot. He has to watch Dynamite every week live.
Poor thing.
I do.
And pretend it's great.
Yes. So that was what I was doing earlier today. I live stream watch-alongs for Dynamite on the Hive. And then next week on my podcast, Welcome to Derry, the It TV spin-off. I have seen the first 5 episodes. Review on Wednesday. Check it out.
Nice.
Very exciting stuff. Look, I mean, with all of that, you've got to be following Wrestle Radio Australia when we've got people making that level of quality content, right? Not only are you getting somebody who's, getting the inside scoop on Welcome to Derry, you've also got someone who knows Tony Shabecki. Like, high quality stuff going on here, right? So make sure you're following, because we are live here at twitch.tv/Wrestle Radio Australia every Thursday night from 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time. So you've got to get along to it. You've got to be part of the chat with people like Alex Fireheart saying Damian Storm and Davis Slater. We've got all of that fun stuff going on. So absolutely get amongst it. It's my pleasure, as always, to be joined by Todd Eastman and Jamie Apps and Jeff Setti. Todd?
You go through those two. You didn't even talk to me.
What's happening in White Bay this weekend?
Todd, what's your life like, mate?
Nothing, man. I'm not doing much. This weekend, if you're up in Maryborough, get along to the Maryborough City Hall. We were there for White Bay. The weekend after that, November the 1st, Pro Wrestling League will be at Coffs Harbour, which are selling tickets hand over fist, I think, at the moment. I was
going to say, Todd, I don't know if we need to promote that show at all. The tickets are flying. Yeah,
nearly up to 300 tickets sold for that.
Wow.
For the
Good on you, White. Good on you, PW.
For a debut show in the state,
Yeah, for our first show in that town, that's a really, really good thing. So if you're in New South Wales, around that area, get to Coffs Harbour, go and check it out, because it is the best wrestling in Queensland. I know I'm probably very biased, but my opinion, the best wrestling in Queensland going around with some of the best wrestlers. And I do know for a fact, do I get in trouble with Craven and then let loose a couple of people that might be...
Do it.
Yeah, fucking, he sold tickets. I don't give a shit.
I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tickets are sold. What's he going to do? Like,
the tickets
God
are sold.
damn it.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to listen through to fucking 2 hours 23 of this.
True.
DNT will be appearing at Pro Wrestling League. So that is Chris Target and Michael Morleone will be at that show as well. So a nice little...
probably Stella?
I don't know. It's a long way from Perth.
It is a long way from Perth, but that's...
It's a big trip for one wrestling show, especially.
Stella's also quite small. I feel like she could fit in Don's bag.
Carry on. You reckon there's some carry on action going?
Mate, you can hit the overhead compartments.
Yeah. So this week we're up at Maryborough. Next week we are at Coffs Harbour. So and that is what I've got going on for the next couple of weeks. Lachlan.
That Coff show's come around real fast.
It has, but you got so close to doing the old catchphrase and then didn't do it.
What's that? What's the old
You
catchphrase?
said, that's my opinion.
Oh, and you're entitled to it?
Thank you, Mr. Eastman. That's the best manager ever I know and love. That's the podcaster from WRA that I'm used to. WRA, make sure you subscribe we're coming to you every Thursday night live here on Twitch. You've been hearing from Mr. Todd Eastman, Mr. Jeff Setti, Mr. Jamie Apps. I've been Mr. Lachlan Albert. Till next time, have a good one.
Lachlan Albert, the smooth-brained assassin.
Here I was, blaming AEW for feeding you chicken shit, knowing you mindless millennials would be eating it up as if it were chicken salad, when it's really been your fault all along.
Make chicken salad out of chicken shit. People is as people does, that's all there is